stars have started to disappear in the sky. That is part of the prophecy that we know of that means the end of the world is coming. Which we knew we only had a couple months left, but this is just fun validation for us. The other thing, though, that we weren't aware was going to happen is that there also seems to be a pinprick of darkness on the surface of the moon. I don't remember if this was during the episode or during the after party we just filmed, but there was discussion about if that rock that just fell into the lake near Balesville was perhaps this piece of moon. There's really nothing we can do at the moment but be concerned, so we just continue our way on to Telna Village. Elowyn is excited and nervous to be headed back here. This is the village she was born in, and though she doesn't remember anything about it, she was 3 years old when they fled, it carries this, strangely significant weight to her. It's the only place in her life that Elowyn's ever felt normal, where her parents were together, her family was happy, she wasn't cursed. There's just a lot to this village in her mind. As we get closer, we realize that there are a bunch of little cottages built in this space. And it's a tiny village, maybe 100 people, but it's filled with elves and goliaths, and we meet Erdir, the leader of this village. He's a wood elf man around 100 years old, and he welcomes us to this village. He seems to be a little bit confused. I don't think they get visitors all that often here. They're kind of in the middle of nowhere. But he's friendly enough and tells us about some of the key people in this place. Also refers to it as Nara Village, which is different from how Elowyn knows it, but makes sense as the village that Elowyn knew was destroyed in the desolation, and this seems to have been rebuilt by new people. He also mentions to us that they are currently dealing with a tragedy. A young man from the village has recently been inflicted with lycanthropy, and they don't know what to do about that. A lot of talk seems to exist around the idea of just putting him down, putting him out of his misery. And so our group offers to go take a look at him and see if we can do anything. And so that's what we do. We head over to this cage that this young man is being kept in, and we learn that his name is Garen, and he does not seem to be having the best time. We ask him to tell us what happened. He explains that he went on a trip down south with some friends of his, boys that have always been picking on him. They went to a pond, and these boys pranked him by shoving him under the water, drowning him. But as he was in the water, he felt something grab him. And everything's a bit of a blur from that point onwards, but when he regains himself, he finds all of his friends torn into pieces. He's obviously very upset about this. He thinks of himself as a monster. He doesn't remember being bitten by anything necessarily, but we attempt a remove curse on him anyways. But when the spell is cast, a familiar sort of barrier is felt, and Elowyn recognizes this barrier as the stranger, which threw my perception of stranger curses out the window, because I thought that you could only get cursed by the stranger in that forest in the Wilder. Now, I've also theorized that that forest that the stranger is in is not really in the forest in the Wilder, but that forest acts as a portal. I didn't realize that random ponds on the material plane could also act as portals to that same forest. Once we realize what this is, Elowyn asks Garen if he met anyone, and Garen remembers that he does kind of have a vague memory of meeting someone in a very vague state, but accepting this stranger's offer to live, which is how the stranger gets ya. They continue to talk, and Elowyn realizes that he does also have one of these totems of the stranger that Elowyn also possesses, a relic that all people cursed by the stranger carry with them and cannot be rid of. So now this changes things. Cursed by the stranger is something that Elowyn obviously empathizes with quite strongly, and now the talks that the town has of killing this young man because he was cursed by the stranger does not fly for Elowyn. Now, it also just so happens that the other day Elowyn met with the god of magic, and the god of magic, the Arquette, gave Elowyn some advice on how she could break the stranger's curse. We haven't attempted this yet because it involves breaking open this totem and unleashing a piece of the stranger that we will have to fight, and it felt very dangerous, and we weren't sure we were ready to do that. But this suddenly seems much more pressing. There is no world where Elowyn allows this man to die, to be killed because of this. But are we ready to fight the stranger? What a question. We take a hot second to think about that and go and meet with the healer of the town, an elderly Goliath woman named Udal. Udalal. Udlal. I don't know. She's got this igloo-shaped hut that we go and visit her in. She's in the process of making soup, which is lovely. We ask her some questions about like what happened with Wildeglen. She tells us that a number of the people from their village did continue further east, but then were never heard from again. But she also mentions that she recognizes Nell and wonders if she knows her grandmother. And it is sweet to realize that the Goliaths and the elves that traveled down to Nell's village also stopped up here, and all the people who live up here are pieces and fragments of Nell's history as well. I think it's nice for Elowyn to see these people here because she knows that they are good people. And then we go back to Eridir again to explain to him what we know that's going on with Garen's curse. At the end of this, we decide to just sleep on it and figure out what to do with Garen in the morning. In the morning, Drak casts Commune to speak with the gods and try to get a better understanding of what we are potentially up against. We ask the gods if we are strong enough to destroy this creature trapped in the totem. And it seems to come back as a 50-50 shot, which honestly was better than I expected. We do have a chance to beat this. Once we have this information, there is really no other option to Elowyn. If there is the opportunity that we can do something for Garen right now, we need to take it. Because he is not going to die for this. And it is fascinating that this is how this is happening, because I never would have predicted this. If we were breaking the stranger's curse, I never, ever would have predicted that it would have been for someone other than Elowyn. Not in a million years. But I love this. So, we have a decision. We're gonna do this. We don't know how destructive this might be, so we travel a full day south with Garen and a few other people from the village. We travel until the night, we set up camp, we strategize, we talk, we gather ourselves. And in the morning, Nell and Drak come together to cast Remove Curse on Garen's totem. And it only takes 3 castings of the spell before the totem breaks open, and we are all plunged into darkness. And as we begin to regain our sight, we realize that we are in a forest. And the leaves barely hang on to the trees. But there are other things hanging on the branches of these trees as well. Faces. And when we look back at Garen, he is curled up in a ball on the ground and he himself is lacking a face. And this is absolutely the forest that Elowyn was cursed in. And that's where the episode ends. I had no idea that we were gonna get here today. What a wild ride this episode was. So much fun. Such good character development for Elowyn. I'm spooked, but I'm excited. So you must come join us for our next episode, which will be Sunday, October 1st at 6 p.m. on the Play Dicely YouTube channel. We are going to destroy this thing. But anyways, that's all for now. I hope you are staying happy, staying kind, and as always, remembering to play Dicely. Goodbye!
good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Play Dicely. My name is Denny Dicely, and I'm going to be your game master for this evening. And I feel so pretty. I upgraded my camera. Oh, anyway, let's go and hang out with our peeps. I'm going to preface this before we do that, though. A lot of us are very tired. We had a very late night. However, we're still going to do the best we can to bring you some entertainment. So let's go say hi to all those folks. Hello to the friends and the cast.
Hello.
Denny, you
We're
do look so
exhausted.
pretty.
I'm glad
You don't.
there's nothing important
You look
happening today.
fantastic.
We'll be fine.
This is like a casual one, I think. We're just gonna
All right,
do
we're
some
just gonna hang
shopping,
out. Yeah, all right.
Super
go
That's
back
what
to
this
Roll
is.
Bar.
Yep. Hop, skip, and a jump.
More karaoke? Hey, Goombalai.
No, even later than karaoke.
Oh. At some point, probably months down the line, you'll see why we were up so late this day.
We'll shout it out
Filming
when it
something
happens.
very fun.
Yeah, it'll be a great fun time for everyone to watch, and you'll understand why we are so crazy right now. So,
I also want to add, unfortunately, we are down Logan today, but Adam's back. We've missed you, Adam.
Thank you. I'm happy to be back.
Happy to have
it'd be
you.
so funny if you're like, "Thank you," and then you just logged off.
No, the overlay. He's the greatest troll. Does anybody have any announcements today?
No, because my video's not done yet.
No, but
Soon.
Sure.
okay. So Ryan's got a video in the works. Head on over to the fantastic feed on YouTube, get subscribed, and ring that bell so you'll be known when that goes up. But speaking of our boy Ryan, I totally once again did not clear the Timothy ask before this stream today.
I expected as much.
How
But it's
about
okay.
you and I trade off every other word and
Oh,
thank Tim
this
that
will
way?
go
oh my
well.
god. Do you want to try it, Denny? Are you for realsies right now?
Let's
Oh
do it.
yeah. In fact, if other people wanted to hop in, anybody else want to hop in on this? Chrissy's like, fuck you.
All right, Denny, let's do it.
All right.
You start.
The
Table.
top
Audio.
music
Comes
from
the
incredible.
internet.
Also,
You
should
pay
$7 on
schedule.
Patreon.
Oh,
That was
you should pay $7 on Patreon.
There's a good
For
chance
Timmy's
Ryan
music, it's
forgot what we're doing this for.
it's just like words. So the
Someone's
music
gotta
you're
fuck
gonna
up a bit.
hear,
That's how it rolls, dude.
most of the music you're gonna hear today was made by Tim from Tabletop Audio. Go check out his website www.tabletopaudio.com and go check out his Patreon. Give him some money. You don't have to pitch $7 specifically. That's how much I put forward. I think you can go as low as like $2, but it's quite affordable. Get music for your games. It's become
your
a staple
videos.
for us. Or your videos, yeah.
Yeah, if you're doing video editing, it's great as well, just as some kind of background music.
Just gotta give that credit. Thanks, Tim.
Booyah.
On that note, though, there's some pretty intense shit about to happen. So, do you guys want to play some D&D, or should we skip it today?
I'm not sure what I want, Denny.
Yeah,
You
I don't
sound
have.
drunk.
I can't make a decision right now, so you just do whatever you want.
He asked me at the end of the session if I wanted to do this today.
There are no gods here.
Oh.
Not where we start this session.
Oh my.
So let's eat this fiend.
For breakfast.
Yes.
All right. Very
It's
well.
gonna
Up.
get
Important meal of the day. Demons. Or devils.
So where we left off in our last session, Azaria had noted that the stars had begun going out in the sky, and that a dark spot had appeared on the moon. So it was evident that time is beginning to run out in terms of this druid quest that the party is on. But the party had made the decision to reroute themselves towards Tulna village, which was the birthplace of Elowyn, and so the party stuck with that plan. Making their way there, they found the place was populated with a small population of Goliaths, elves, for the most part, and they were met with the de facto village leader, Erdir. He told the party that they could stay and get rested up, but that they were themselves dealing with a problem in the community at the moment. A youth Goliath named Garen had seemed to have somehow contracted lycanthropy, and so they had a course of action in plan, but the party wanted to talk to this young man beforehand, so they were told where they could find him. And they found him in a cage near towards the center of town. And after speaking with him, the party realized that he hadn't contracted lycanthropy through one of the usual means. Rather, he had somehow made a deal with a patron, a fiend, the stranger in shadow, the very same one who had cursed Elowyn about 300 years ago. And with this revelation, it seems that the stranger is now able to reach beyond its forest within the Wilder. So, the party continues to look around the village, and they speak with the village healer and herbalist, Udlal. And she tells the party that the plan seems to be that they're going to take Garen down to where he had, not purposefully, killed a bunch of the other youth that he had gone on a camping trip with, and where he'd gotten his curse. And the plan was to execute him. Elowyn made a pretty interesting stand at this point, that was not going to happen to this youth. And so the party devised a plan on how to potentially save him. This being the information that Elowyn recently acquired from the god of magic themselves, that the statuette that every cursed individual that gets cursed by the stranger receives can potentially be broken. The potential failure of which might mean that this method won't be viable for any other cursed. But they're going to try on Garen. Erdir, after they told him, agreed to this plan. So the party was going to travel one day south where they would implement this. But before they leave the following morning, Drac performs a commune spell to see if they actually stand a chance of fighting whatever it is that comes out of this statuette. And it seems the response you get is, there is a chance, but there's also a chance of failure. Udlal gives Garen and the party these small tinctures of salve that she calls Lucky, and it kind of has this minty smell, and she just sends it with them with her heart, essentially. Just something to kind of ease their stress. And with heightened tensions, the group heads south. After traveling a day, the party sets up camp along with the villagers that had accompanied them. And the following morning, the party begins to plan and enact this process to break this totem. After 3 castings of the Remove Curse spell between Drac and Nell, the statuette explodes into shards, engulfing them all in darkness, which then dissolves and dissipates to ground level and kind of reaches out like a fog, and the party finds themselves in a dark forest. Elowyn recognizing this as the Firklay forest where she was cursed. Notably, due to the trees of the forest that have faces hanging from the branches like leaves. And on the ground nearby, the young Goliath man, Garen, curled up in fear and without a face. And that brings us back to where we are now. As the lot of you take this scenery in, the Elowyn, you can definitely feel that stress, that anxiety welling up. You have a fear of not only forests, but specifically this forest too.
I wonder why.
Oh yeah. Trauma, it's a wonderful thing. And elsewhere off in the forest, a lot of you hear noises. Aside from Garen, you are not alone here. There's something out there. Something that hides from the corners of your eyes, hidden between the trees. Voices ringing without source. And it seems the darkness itself begins to take pieces out of the smoke that hovers over the ground, like, and builds up into a shadowy silhouette and creates only the form of a humanoid, slightly taller than now, with a conical head and a string of branches that lattice behind it, like some strange, rigid spider web. But it is only shadow. Until, in the middle of its conical head, a bright white eye with a black pupil, also of shadow, opens. And that is where I'm going to bring us over to a map, and we're going to roll initiative. Now, give me one moment as I move the things.
I'm already so stressed.
I'm so stressed out.
Oh God, that's bad.
Horrible.
Denny's
Okay.
stressed.
So
You know, it's a
horrible.
fucking bad
Okay.
news.
Really good atmosphere, though, Denny. That was
Oh,
really good.
It's so scary.
You guys
So
should see a black
fucking
screen right now.
scary.
I'm going to have you move your tokens on at about this point that I'm pinging right now.
Oh, I don't see it.
How
One
do
second.
I do that?
Okay, I see.
Oh, there we go.
Where even am I? That's the question.
Oh, is that our friend?
Otter.
Is that
That is
Garen.
Garen, our friend? But he's got a face, Denny. What's that about?
I didn't have a
Shut up,
faceless
Ryan.
token. Anthony, don't forget to drag Azaria on too.
Yes, sir. Rhea.
I'm going to bring the
Abe's in the
overlay.
wall.
Oh, don't mind me as I fiddle through all of these monitors I have. Frick my life.
So many monitors.
The battle station.
So, a lot of you have taken in this forest. There are many elevations. There are trees about. And as I said, there are faces that are hanging from these trees. They're not illustrated on the map, mind you, but just have to suspend some disbelief on that one. And the image. I'm very good at this. No.
Doing a great
That's
job,
the wrong
bud.
one. So ahead of you, the shadowy silhouette form with this
Oh,
white
it's so cool.
eye.
Getting
And
kind of
it-
like a Silent Hill vibe.
Yeah,
Oh, that's sick.
that's fucking
I'm gonna
awesome.
vomit.
You have a bowl, I hope.
All right, and it is at this
Damn.
point. I will have you all. Oh, I don't know why Gideon's on there already. Oh, did you already roll, Ryan?
I did, yes, and I'm very
Okay.
sad.
All right, you guys can go ahead and roll initiative.
I rolled a 13.
Oh,
Don't
I
wanna go
rolled a
first, though.
3.
My fucking initiative. I just can't. What was I telling you, Dallas? I'm like, it wouldn't be bad if I ever rolled over a 10, but I always roll like sub 5 for my initiative. -1.
You.
Jesus Christ.
I have
Let's
a
go,
plus
Azaria.
9.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
damn, let's go.
Yeah, Rhea has some bonkers numbers.
They do, yeah.
And don't mind
They
me
do
as
numbies.
I'm gonna roll the initiative of the stranger. Well, that's nice for you guys.
What was
It's
it?
still like second highest looking at these numbers.
I would like to add you to the track, please.
No.
No, Oh my god, you all have like double initiative. What's going on here?
What do you mean?
Not on our end.
No.
On the tracker or on the...
Oh, I see. I don't know why, but on mine it seems to have saved the initiative from last time, so I'm just gonna quickly
Oh.
delete those for myself.
Do you know which ones are which?
Yes. Yeah, I got it. And now I need to add this sucker.
Yeah, he's a sucker, all right.
I like that roll 20, I guess, or added in like a thing for the initiative thing that says sort. When I click on it, nothing happens.
'Cause it's not for you.
Yeah,
I assumed it was like
used
for
to-
my own. It was never there before, so I'm like, oh, so I get to sort it myself? No.
All right.
Oh,
So-
me and the stranger share initiative.
Hubba bubba bub.
What's their dexterity score?
Yours is probably better.
Oh,
6 million.
that's surprising.
Oh, Abe, you're slumming it with me in the bottom.
Yeah, and I don't have a light source right now, so I can't see anything.
Great. You have the
Are you
gem
in
or
a
no?
rock also?
I have my axe, which I can cast light on, but I was gonna
Okay.
go shield and javelin for the start.
Okay.
So
Is it because you're? It might be because you're inside of a wall that you can't see anything right now.
Oh, here.
You're a little bit in a wall.
Did that
Can
help?
you see, can you see now?
I mean, I'm still in the dark, but
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
okay,
so
never
it
mind.
is his dark vision.
Very well.
Okay.
I don't know how this machine works.
All right, now that we got all the housekeeping and things out of the way, Azaria is up first. The shadow
sure are.
has just manifested in front of the group of you, and Garen is on the ground. And it's like slowly looking at him, and then like without any time between movement, it snapped up and looked at the group of you.
Very creepy.
Daria
Azari-
has fairy fire, right?
Uh,
I think they
they
also
sure
have it.
do, but they also only have one first level spell slot left, so I'm
Oh,
gonna
geez.
save that. But what I am gonna
What did they
do-
cast?
They-
No,
What did
they should.
cast today?
They haven't casted anything.
They should have a long
Okay.
rest.
Okay,
We
long
just
rest.
finished a long rest, yeah. I think you two are the only ones that have cast anything with your...
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then, yeah, bonus action. Azaria will take their starry form, and they're gonna go with the chalice. So a ring of light wraps around them, and for their action, they will cast. We'll go fairy fire on the stranger.
All right, and that's dexterity saving throw, correct?
Yes, I believe so. Yep.
Okay.
DC 19? Whoa. So high.
All right. They have failed, but they're going to use a legendary resistance.
Oh,
That's good. We like to hear
Yeah,
that.
honestly, love that.
and
One round in, using
think
legendary resistances.
Azaria will move, a little bit away from the group just to not be all bunched up. And that will be their turn.
All right. So, Garen on the ground begins writhing and convulsing.
Please don't.
And as if his bones were going in directions that they
Please
shouldn't.
stop that.
The skin begins to burst, and fur comes through.
Yep.
And he begins to take on a bestial form. And I'm just going to send him over
Let's say,
here.
like, while we were like getting introduced to the environment, Gideon would have been checking in with him. That's why I put myself where I did.
Cute.
Oh, wolf man.
Yeah, I'm getting teeth. That's what I'm getting. Oh boy.
And where he
Yum,
didn't
yum.
have a face before springs forth a bestial snout, canine in form, sharp teeth, nose, mouth, no eyes.
Ooh.
And it's going to attempt an attack on Gideon.
Got no eyes. Can it see? Can't see.
I was going to say the same thing.
Man, it can't see.
It's got keen hearing and smell.
Oh, shit.
I don't mean it can see.
I'm going to rule that it can see. It's all flavor.
Wow, okay.
Yep, 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 yep. Gideon, that's going to be a 18 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
All right. As you come to check in on him and he begins convulsing like that, that mouth just suddenly springs open and bites you. You're going to take 5 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, boy.
Oh, with advantage.
I get
Advantage? I think
Plus
you mean
4.
+5, sorry.
That's fine.
It's all good.
Add a +5.
I will roll this. Normal.
Let's go good.
18 after the +5.
All right, so you recoil from being bitten, and this very clearly must have been what Erdir had been talking about. His lycanthropy manifests in werewolf form as he gets to his full height, taller than he had been as a Goliath. And as it stands up, it's also going to attempt to claw at you.
Yep.
For a 16 to hit.
That's a miss.
All right. So you now being more aware and more alert of the danger that you're actually in, you get back just in time as it gets back up and begins to become much more hostile. I gotta move this over here. Too many things. And it's going to attempt to come on over here. All right.
Oh, hello there.
Indeed. So it brings us now to Elowyn's turn.
Yeah.
Gideon, you'll be
And
on
Elowyn,
deck.
yeah. Elowyn kind of eyes up the stranger, and I would love to fuck that thing up so bad. But I also look over at Garen, and I think what I'm gonna do instead right now is cast Banishment on Garen.
Oh, shit. That's so smart.
Worth trying.
All
That's
right.
a charisma saving throw.
Charisma. That's probably not gonna do it with 7.
Not
Yes.
a chance. So he's gonna pop away to a harmless demiplane and just chill out there for a little bit. Okay.
Send
As-
the puppy to the pound.
As Gideon, you're taking in this. You've been bitten by a werewolf, and you're immediately flooded with like, shit, what does that mean? Oh no. And then it like circles around you and then just vanishes. But you look over your shoulder and see Elowyn has just finished an incantation. And you get the
Gideon
sense.
nods
Poor
to you.
child. I care so much about this child I have just met. I will not let him, live with this kind of regret. So, put him somewhere safe for now. And then I'm just gonna move, I suppose, over this way as well. Just kind of try to, again, break us up a little bit. And I will give, to, I don't know who. Nell, I will share some intuition with. Alright, just 1 dice. I need them. Take those 3 temp HP. Oh, I guess I already have 6. Sorry, I
Yeah, we already
shouldn't
had
have done
6
that at all.
before.
Yes, yeah, that's fine. You can take that back.
You're right,
What
I
is
forgot
the
we had
6
temp
from?
HP
What's
already.
the 6 for?
Is
Is that from the solve?
because Elowyn told you like all the information she knew regarding the stranger, so you guys came in a bit more prepared.
I got
Alright,
you.
I did forget about that. Okay, I won't do that for now. What do I do with my life if I don't use a bonus action?
All right.
That's all, I think, for this turn.
Very good. As a legendary action, Elowyn, you do your banishment, begin to move away, and make eye contact with the stranger. And it's almost like the world around just you and it freezes. And it feels like it's just infinite time between the two of you. And then in like the blink of an eye, it's directly in front of you, and you are drowning within its gaze. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
I would love. If I fail, I can. Well, I guess I don't know, but if it's a magical effect, I can do something.
Oh, actually, now that I think about it, I don't see any of the numbers. Hold on, let me refresh that. Okay.
And this you said as she moves away, like has she moved? Has she done her movement?
It's the end of her turn this happens, so she is moved.
Okay.
You have failed, so if you want to do something.
Sorry, is this a magical effect or spell?
It is not a spell. I guess technically a magical effect, so.
Okay, great. Elowyn has been thinking about this for a long time, and she has steeled her mind to this moment. So I'm going to use my Iron Will reaction, which I have had for ages and have never used, to re-roll this and add my cognizant die to it.
Fuck yeah.
It gets up to a
What the heck
20.
is happening with my freaking roll 20? It's like deleting the dice.
Huh. That's weird.
Bizarre. Well, okay, I guess that's going to be blank for now. Maybe I can do it. Oh, that
Are
one's
you
doing
seeing it
too.
like just yourself?
The problem
No,
is
I
with
think
the
when-
pop out.
Denny's like capturing his browser, and his browser isn't showing the numbers, so Denny doesn't even see the numbers.
Well, if I get rid of that, I can see it.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, chat.
We'll say what our
to
numbers
say
are.
the numbers out loud.
Yeah.
Classic. All right. So your new results is 20.
20.
That is a failure.
God. That's
So, Elowyn, you are stunned for 1 round, and you are going to take 40 points of psychic damage
You
as it
stop
bores
that.
into your mind, and you feel your heart almost feel like it just ceases in your chest, and the moment drags.
Okay.
With that, does stunned stop concentration?
No, it does not.
All right, good. Gideon, you are now up.
Hold on.
I mean,
Sorry,
the
I will
damage
have to
might.
make a.
The damage.
I will have to
True.
make a.
So
throw.
the DC
I am
is 20.
resistant to psychic damage.
Oh, the DC is still 10.
You only...
I am
Let's
resistant.
go.
And your girl took Warcaster in her last level up,
Let's
so I have
go.
advantage on these.
Oh, this heartbeat is crazy.
That's
Love it.
horrifying. Sorry, I shouldn't have had the plus 10 on that, but it is a 19.
Yeah. Then you succeed. The banishment maintains. However, you are frozen.
Fine.
All right, Gideon, you are up.
I hate to do this, but a stunned creature is incapacitated.
Oh, does incapacitated cancel concentration?
I'm not sure.
I hate how a 5e does their freaking effects.
Words.
Just tell me what it does. Don't make me look
You
at
lose
the page.
concentration if you are incapacitated.
There you go.
What are you guys doing?
Garen's
I'm
back.
so sorry.
No, lawful player. I respect it. I genuinely didn't know that.
The werewolf just wants to be friendly. He was just saying
Maybe.
hi. He's just excitable.
Wants to be friendly.
Jumps up on people, you know?
The
Bite.
werewolves get a
Down,
little
Little friendly
quirky.
bites.
Trying to nibble you to see if you're food or not.
Yep.
So, Elowyn, as this, your mental faculties are just flooded with fear, anxiety, and you don't even realize this yourself, but you've stopped focusing on your spell. And Gideon, suddenly that werewolf is back. And a split second confused, and then quickly looks around, realizing the surrounded state it's currently in. You are now up.
Okay, well, that changes things. Shit. Okay. Yeah, I'm shooting the stranger. So,
And I believe you
3
don't have
attacks.
disadvantage because of sharpshooter?
I do not have disadvantage. Oh, actually, wait. Well, sharpshooter, I don't have the feat.
Right, it's not. I feel like there's a different reason you wouldn't have disadvantage. I don't remember.
Well, why am I getting disadvantage?
Because you're
Threatened area.
doing... Yeah.
Oh, that's the gunner feat.
Okay, great.
Gunner
I
feat
knew there
lets
was
me shoot
something.
within 5 feet. Although, the stranger's not within 5 feet.
But you have somebody threatening you. So I think you should be good.
Oh. I think that's the gunner feat. I can always step away.
I'm sure it's fine.
Correct.
Ah.
You are correct.
Okay,
It's
cool.
Gunner, and you're fine.
It's gunner, and I'm fine.
Look out, he's fine.
So we're going to shoot the stranger, and well, it wouldn't be a Gideon turn if we didn't try and blow our entire fighter kit in the first turn. So let's do it. So I'm going to violent shot. I'm going to spend inspiration. So I will spend 2 grit points, which will increase my misfire score by 4, meaning that it is up to a 6 now. And if this hits, it's gonna be spicy. And I'm gonna do a sharpshooter shot as well with my Winchester. So we are using everything. Using everything. So that's how that's gonna be. So let's do the advantage roll. Okay, come on, kid.
Come on, buddy.
How's a 19?
To hit?
Yep.
Yes, you hit.
Oh.
What?
What?
Sorry, what? Because your rifle uses different elements. Did you set it
Radiant
to...
damage is
Radiant,
what I said
okay.
it to. That was what the vote came to.
All right, right. You guys established that. Okay.
So I'm gonna roll 4d8 extra damage. Let's see how this does. An extra 20. So that's 46 damage after sharpshooter for radiant. And then there goes my big blast. But we're gonna keep shooting now without advantage. Shot number 2. 25 to hit.
And that will hit.
For another 22 damage. So that brings it up to 68. And then I will do my third shot for a 22 to hit for another 25. Which
What's
will bring us
going
up to
on?
93 damage.
Holy
What?
shit.
I'm going
why
to
am
action
I
surge.
Yes, you are, boy. Let's go.
After Gideon gets bit, gets the adrenaline pumping, he sees Elowyn gets like sapped by this thing, and that pisses him off. And he goes into a rage, letting out anger in his bullets, letting out violent screams that flow into his weapon as he fires. And he will fire again. He will spend 1 grit point to do a violent shot once more, but not 2, just 1 this time. And then see how this goes for shot number 4 after action surging. 28. That will be so 23 to hit, which will bring 27 slash 2d8 plus 7, so 24, 34 damage for that shot. That's my Winchester out of ammo. So Gideon will throw it over his shoulder and draw his pistol with quick draw, and he will shoot 2 more times. And Gideon is being ferocious right now. That's a 31 to hit with the pistol for 16 damage, and then he will shoot 1 last time for 27 to hit for another 13. I hope you kept track of all of that.
Good.
I'm gonna go to bed, actually. I don't think I need to be here.
Gideon popping off tonight, folks.
Let's go.
Oh my gang.
Talk about numbies?
Numbies.
He's over
Shit,
here.
this doing numbers.
I can't believe it. That was amazing.
But I'm not done yet. As a bonus action, Gideon will whistle, and his pistol, he will let go of it and it will start floating around him. And then he will re-equip his Winchester next turn, but that will be how that goes. And positioning-wise, what he does is he will interpose himself between Elowyn and the wolf.
All right. At the end of your turn, okay, you've moved out of the way for that. Gideon, it shifts its attention away from Elowyn, and its eye like focuses on you as you fire into this thing several times, and like the light impacts and just small explosions of radiant energy just go across its body, and it doesn't seem to like react, but then it turns its attention to you in a split snap. And I'm going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Come on, good. +6, baby. Crit! Let's fucking go,
boy.
I'm unstoppable!
What you got?
Let's go!
This is unprecedented, truly.
Yeah, this is so out of character for you.
So it is
Gideon,
not. Gideon is healed.
It
Yeah.
It switches eye contact to you, and this round people that it had like goes like a split like feline type eye, and then begins waving about kind of like a sine wave, and it gives you a sense it's like trying to baffle your brain and make you not able to comprehend things around you. However, your determination and your grit just hold you firm, and you know what you must do in this moment. You are protecting Elowyn.
Gideon has seen the void before. He has had his brain fucked with. This is not the first time, and he's not letting it happen again.
All right, so it is now the stranger's turn. And
Did we decide who goes first?
well, I've got on the chart here, it goes before you, so I'm just going with the order of things appearing on the chart.
Sounds good.
Having witnessed what you were just able to do, you begin to hear voices, things in your mind, and it recognizes a little bit more work might be necessary. And you hear whispers in your head telling you to do things, that different things aren't what you'd originally thought. I'm going to need you to make... that was the wrong button. I want the info on this, damn it.
I hate these whispers.
All right, I'll just scroll down on this. I'm going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Come on, kid. That's a failure.
Oh, a 15. Gideon, you are under the effects of the dominate person spell.
Oh no.
Ooh, Denny, may I?
You may.
As you dive through Gideon's mind, you pass by memories of these people he stands around. Memories that he has shared, having had them help him, and vice versa, having him help him. But
Gideon?
you also stumble up. Oh,
It's a good thing I caught you. You actually have advantage on this because it is fighting you.
oh! I will try that again, but it's probably gonna not work. It's not.
All right, continue.
Continue.
But you eventually find your way to a saloon, and there's a man dressed in black who bursts through the front door. Looks much like this man, but much younger. And he throws 5 pieces of paper down on the desk in front of you, and he says, "Which one you want first?"
Well, you've been very promising of late, so I think you might be ready for this one. and they slide forth. Can I have you roll a d6 for me, Gideon?
Certainly. 5.
I can't do that. Okay, go a d4. Roll a d4 for me.
3.
And they pull out one of the papers that you just handed for them, and they hand it over to you. And it is a woman Goliath elf with a bun on top of their head, wearing plate mail illustrated on this parchment. Your contract is for Nellamara.
Done. Can we pull out of the vision?
In that instant, the stranger glides towards the nearby tree, and just as you guys, those of you who are focusing on it, hey Crimson, watch it glide towards the tree, it then steps into shadow, and where it had been blinds into your eyes like a sunspot, the form of its shape, and it's no longer there. Those of you okay, so everybody who was looking at the stranger, I need you to make a DC 24 Constitution saving throw.
Even me, I'm on his team now.
Was
Would
I? I don't
would I
know.
know where he was from the flashes from Gideon's weapon? Because I can't see him right now.
That is correct. So, fortunately for you, you are going to be unaffected by this.
Cursed by my new dark vision.
Wait, I don't know what it means if I'm stunned.
Oh,
Was
I
I
think
looking at it?
I think in your case, because you couldn't kind of follow it, I think you won't have to do this either.
Well, I physically
How do
can't
we-
make this save, so
How do we know if we're looking at it or not? It's
Well, where
Stuff's
were you
happening,
going to go?
over to Elowyn and Gideon.
Are you being truthful?
I am. I have been planning this whole time.
All right.
Because I was going to be casting heroism on Elowyn.
All right.
So.
I'll take your word on that. So anybody who was planning to engage with the stranger, make this roll.
I mean, I didn't have a plan, so I'll just make it. Plus 5,
Plus 5, yeah.
17.
Okay. And Azaria had already attacked them, so... Or no. Wait a
Sorry,
minute,
I fairy fired.
Very fired.
So
Okay,
they
so
would-
they were focused on them. So roll for them as well. And
10.
15 plus 5.
They're not.
They're not within the
in
aura.
they're not
Oh,
in the
that's
aura,
right.
so,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So that spot in Drax and Azaria's eyes, its shape is just constantly in your vision now wherever you're looking, but that reverse negative type of coloration.
Right.
Both of you are going to have disadvantage on attacks and perception checks until the start of your next... Until the end of your next turn, as the silhouette blocks some of your vision.
Great.
All right.
Sounds good.
And I need to... Okay.
That's not a good sign.
Oh no.
And they also have cones now.
No, that's not what that was.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
wonderful.
And I believe Drac is up next.
Wonderful. With this vision blurred in his mind and unable to see the actual stranger anymore, Drac will look over to Gideon, who seems in a stupor, and will rush to his side.
Oh, I was actually going to say, Gideon is screaming on the ground right now,
Yeah.
and the light that normally runs through him that is green has changed and has stayed that black light that you saw a flash of back on the airship.
All right. Drac will run over, pull out a small pouch of diamond dust, and say, Gideon, whatever you're going through, remember, redemption. And cast Greater Restoration and remove Dominate Person from him. Because it is a charm effect.
Ho, ho, ho. Very well. Gideon, your mind reels and you are prepared for violence. And suddenly things begin to clarify as Drac stands over you, having clearly casted something on you, and your breathing comes to. However, there is a threat of a werewolf right next to you still.
On your feet, soldier.
All right.
All right.
And then bonus action, I will take I will do patient defense.
Patient defense. Very well. That's everything for your turn?
Yes, sir. Actually, I'm
All
going to take one step closer back to within Nell's aura.
Oh, that's funny. Then that brings us to Abe. Abe, you still can't really see anything. You just hear the screams of your companions, these strange noises emanating from the woods. And the off-screen call of somebody asking you for something.
Natalie, come on. This is some bad timing. We're in the middle of a really
Sorry.
important part.
We have some friends over and they're watching or trying to watch a movie, but it sounds like there's some issues.
Oh.
They can just watch this if they want.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the problem. They can't get the laptop to work with the TV.
Oh no.
Abe will, as a bonus action, he will lift a shield and say, "Protect me as you once did, old friend," and speak the word guardian to his shield. The gold paint making the laurel of thorns will shimmer, and then with a confident metallic whistle, the shield will just fly off his hand and hover in front of him, sort of making a tiny little chortle as it looks for threats against him. Then I will put my javelin back in its javelin holster. And can I still draw my axe as part of this?
Yep, I'll allow it.
Yeah. And then I'll use my action to cast light.
All right, so go ahead and throw your light version of your token onto the spot where you currently are.
And then, seeing as I can only see the werewolf, I guess I will just go into melee with it, just so that it maybe has something else to fight. And that's my turn.
All right. And up next would be Nell.
All right. I don't, like, the stranger's just left for me, right? If I were to look around now.
You don't currently see them within your, looking around.
I'm going to move over. Actually, wait, let me just double check something. I should have seen this before, but no. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm going to move over to Elowyn. I'm going to remove a evil eye bead off of my very appropriate bracelet and cast protection from evil and good on Elowyn. And then
A brain pops out.
That'd be a shame.
And so I think, like, what I do is, like, because Elowyn kind of looks like a little bit dazed or something, right? Like, or is there any? Yeah,
She's
so I'm gonna, like, kind of
basically
put my
frozen in place.
yeah, I'm gonna put my hands on her shoulders and, like, have her face me. I'm gonna cast that. I'll be like, Elowyn, you're here. We're going to defeat this fucker, okay? Focus on me. And then I'm going to give you 30 points of lay on hands.
Whoa. I mean, genuinely more than I need.
I thought you
Yeah, she only took
20
10.
damage.
She was
you?
resistant, and
20.
then... Oh, you did take 20? Oh, that's right,
20?
because
Yeah.
the Constitution saving throw. Right.
Then 20 is what I will give you.
Fair.
Hey, can I tell you that that's still too much?
It-
Am I metagaming? If you give me 20, I can just deal with that.
Oh, because of the temp HP.
Because I had 10
Oh, that's fine. Give her whatever's right.
15.
14.
14 is what I give you.
It's fine.
And then here's one. I don't really want to be this freaking bundled up, but I'm gonna go here, for lack of a better place to go. And that's my turn.
All right. That brings us back to the top with Azaria.
Oh boy, okay. So strangers nowhere to be seen. I can't use the help action unless I can see the creature, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So then in that case, what Azaria will use is detect magic to try and ping something around them.
Wonderful. Azaria, you detect within the tree behind you enchantment, necromancy, and evocation magic.
All right. Azaria will call out the location to everyone. And that detect magic was done with the wand.
Yep.
Okay. And then I don't know. Do they have bonus actions similar to, yes, cunning action? They're going to try to hide. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and they're going to try to hide on this ridge.
All right, I'll have you make a stealth check for Azaria.
Okay. $21.
All right. And that's the end of Azaria's turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Now, so I do apologize, but detect magic is a divination spell, correct?
Yeah.
I'm going to be moving the stranger because the stranger is not detectable through divination magic.
Okay.
That sucks.
The stranger is no longer where you thought it was, but you have taken up a stealthy position. If that changes your course of action, that's fine. You can change
I
what
mean,
Azaria
I
will
don't
do.
really know what else Azaria would do. Yeah, because they've taken their actions, so I think just taking like a stealthy position is probably the best option here.
All right.
Yeah.
Garen is fully surrounded now. Garen is going to let's see. Drac, you actually, I'll say the lot of you that are in melee range with Garen, you still smell that, like, that minty salve that Udlal had given the lot of you. So, like, because he had really applied that to himself. So it's so strange to just be fighting, like, you know, a spearmint werewolf. But anyway, that's the thing we're at. He's going to... Gideon is on the ground. He's going to attempt to attack him.
Go for it.
A 17 to hit.
That's it. That meets beats.
Right,
I don't know what effect this gentleman is under, but he's currently immune to being frightened within my aura, if that does anything. Just thought it was worth mentioning.
All right. It is not a fear effect.
That's fair.
Gideon, you're going to take 5 piercing damage as it bites into you once again, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. +5, because Nell is there.
15.
All right, good to know. Lulu. And then...
Don't say that.
and then a claw attack. For a crit.
Alright.
All right. Oh, why young dice? That's going to be 15 points of slashing damage as it just begins to rip into you. That's the end of its turn. Garen's beginning to look around like he's fully surrounded and just trying to gauge what it can do. After that is Elowyn. You come out of your stunned state.
Okay.
Well, hold on.
I mean-
Actually, let me confirm that that is indeed the thing. Something's moving around. I don't remember when it stunned you. It stunned you at the end of your turn, didn't it? Yeah, because you moved and Nell was like asking.
Yeah.
All right, so you remain stunned until the end of your turn, and then one round has passed.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is it. All right. After that is Gideon. Gideon, you're currently prone on the ground, being beset upon by a wolf. Werewolf.
Yep. I will use half my movement to stand up. I will use my first attack to reload. I will use my second attack to stab. That's a 20 to hit for 12 slashing damage.
On Garen.
On Garen, yes. I'm going to choose to impale him as well.
All right. That is a hit.
And you best bet I'm doing my up close and personal nasty business shot.
Elowyn's like, don't kill him.
Fuck.
Too late.
You've stabbed into him, and Elowyn shouts this out as you're preparing to fire.
Gideon is like, he's got potential werewolf juice running through him right now. He's fucking freaking out a little bit. God, I'm gonna roll d20.
Yep.
I'm not making this decision. 18. All right, he will follow your command. He will just stab him, and then he will remove the impale. And then he will look at you, and he will just stab him again instead of just shooting
No,
him.
lethally.
Fine, Elowyn. If I turn into one of these things soon, I don't know what you're gonna do. All right.
Fix that later.
We'll do another stab. 13. Not quite as enthused about stabbing him as he was before.
Yeah, that makes sense. However, it is enough.
Hell yeah. 12. Another 12 damage.
Yes.
Let the stabbing continue.
Stab the youth.
Just so you know, this is a +1 bayonet, so the damage is in fact magical.
Yeah.
To overcome any sort of resistance. Wait, I used my other attack to reload. Boy. Well, I think I'm staying right where I am.
All right.
Just gotta apprehend this man.
Gideon, after your turn,
Nope.
the lot of you hear from the trees behind Drac just the sudden presence of shadow and evil as from the trees peeks that eye just coming through the pines. and reaches two hands out to either side of Drak's head while he's focused on Gideon and Garen. And Drak, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Why that one? Oh, he's right behind me, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Is this a spell attack or a
It's-
spell cast?
It is a spell, yes.
Ooh. Okay, they've
Abe
got
picked up Mage Slayer.
yes.
Oh shit!
As soon as the hands come out, Abe just whirls around and axes him a question.
You know, the fighters came to play today, baby. Let's
Sure did.
go.
It's bad. It's a 2 on the die, so
Oh.
it is still a 13, but
And
Can I
as you...
counterspell?
Yes, I suppose you could.
I hate trying to pick what level I think I need to counterspell at.
Just do base.
Do the dice roll. Risk it.
Okay, I'll just cast it 3rd level. Counterspell.
Okay. Is
If
it a...
it's-
Sorry, it's been so
if
long
it's
since
a spell
anybody's
of 3rd or
counterspell.
lower, if it yeah. If
It's
it's
not
a
gonna
spell
automatic.
of 3rd or lower.
No.
Okay, then I have to roll.
DC check is 10 plus the spell's level.
Yep.
And it's just an intelligence save throw for me? Not saving
Um,
throw, but intelligence.
Just a check.
I think it's just a roll.
Just a roll.
It's plus your intelligence modifier.
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't type. I'm stressed. God damn, I can't roll either.
So
That's not gonna hit it.
10. Don't forget, guys, you got to say what your rolls are now because we don't have
Sorry, it's
the
a
dice
10.
up for some reason. So, as Abe whirls around and seems to cut through the stranger, it's just like wispy cloud, like it's not real. Nothing's there. However, Elowyn attempts to counterspell when she hears these whispers and these seeping words enter into Drak's mind. And Drak, your intelligence save?
That's a 5, dude.
Oh my god, guys.
It's right
Plus-
behind me, isn't it?
Is it? It's a saving throw, right?
It is. However,
And-
Drak rolled a 5.
Okay, still though.
Big 10.
And as the hands kind of hover over each side of your head, and everybody's reacting and like fearful looks in that direction, Drak, you feel, as you're beginning to say the words, he's right behind me, as your tongue feels fat and your brain feels numb, and magical dark energy pulses into your mind. Boom. Boom. Your intelligence and charisma scores become 1.
You
Feeble
didn't.
mind?
You didn't.
Feeble mind.
No.
Oh no.
You're going to
Oh my
take
fucking god.
Oh, it does damage too now. Good.
you're going to take 13 points of psychic damage.
Halved.
Great.
Because
Halved.
finally you give me someone who's actually casting fucking spells. Yeah, so that's halved.
So,
It's cool.
6.
You will not be able to cast spells, activate magic items, understand language, or
Jesus.
communicate in any intelligible way. You know who your friends are. You can follow them and even protect them. At the end of every 30 days, you can attempt this saving throw again.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Feeble mind is the fucking worst.
And after the moment that this casting happens, in a blink of an eye, that same sunspot effect as it vanishes out of view.
Swell.
Well, we know Abe and at least Elowyn were looking. Drak, you were looking away. Now the fact you're facing Garen, I'm going to say it's an eye shot of you. Gideon, I'm going to have you roll for it.
Odd or even, Denny?
what type of save was it? Sorry.
This is going to be a Constitution saving throw. For Ryan, even.
Even. Got an 18.
Okay, I don't know
I
what
got
that means.
20.
Oh, I was gonna say like whether I'm looking at it. It's like.
Oh,
even,
okay, so
yes.
if I guessed right, you were looking at it. Okay, so make
Yeah.
a con save.
23 with the aura.
Fail.
Yeah, no shot.
Aw.
Okay, if 23 is a fail, there's no shot. I gotta roll a crit or I'm
DC
not
was
safe.
24. He said
I
it
got
before.
I got a 24 exactly.
Oh, nice.
Needs
though.
beats. All right, anybody who
Christ.
got lower than a 24.
Got 23.8, Denny, sorry.
Unfortunately, D&D rules round down, so you've got the sunspot.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I see. And Elowyn, you did get a 12 as well. Okay. So the lot of you have sunspots until the end of your next turn, disadvantaged on attack rolls and perception checks. And Drac, your brain has numbed, and you're kind of confused, and you're in a completely different space than you're used to. But
I got
there's
nothing.
trees. That's nice.
Yeah.
You like trees. Anything on your turn?
Drac does nothing.
All right. Then we go over to 8.
Isn't there the part of field line you can protect your friends? How does that work?
Yep. That's
Cool. I don't know how to do anything that I used to do. So Drac just kind of stands there and looks at his hands as he reacquaints himself with his body.
I hate feeble mind.
Right, Abe, you're up.
Well, what do, Denny? I can't kill the werewolf because Elowyn doesn't want us to.
The whole reason we're here.
I can't.
You can knock him out.
That's true.
Johnny, I like trains.
Yeah, I'll just swing at the werewolf, I guess.
Okay.
I'm not gonna burn any like steam power or anything like that. Just basic hits.
Non-lethally.
But non-lethally, yes. 30.
A 30 will most definitely hit.
That's a 2, so I can reroll up to a 6. That is 13 damage, and then I'll do this will be my Great Weapon Master attack, so +4, so 17.
Okay. He's not looking great. However, you're taking it easy on him.
Yeah. Just trying to hit him with like the flat or the butt of the axe. Crit fail on the second attack. Third attack. Another 19, so 30.
Yep.
Swings and roundabouts. For the big 12, which will be 19 damage.
He's out cold.
Cool. For my bonus action, I will see what's happening around me and say, we can do this. We just have to believe in each other and try to make eye contact with everyone as I invoke the power of the Banner of the Brave. The golden threads along the black banner shimmer similarly to how his shield did, as we are imbued with the might of heroes of the past. And we gain advantage on all attack rolls, and speaking of which, I should have had disadvantage on all the attacks I just did. Would you like me to... I mean, I can't get worse than the 1.
And you add
would you like me to
11,
roll for me?
correct?
Yeah.
Okay, just roll 2 quick d20s because his AC was 12, so the only way you could not hit
Okay.
him is if you rolled a 1.
Ask
you
and
do
you
it?
shall receive, Danny.
Wow, wow,
Oh
fascinating.
no.
Holy.
The second one was the 13, so that would have been on the
Just
7
19?
or the 19 damage. Yeah.
Okay.
But then it would have been +4 from Great Weapon Master because I wouldn't have used it on the first attack. So it'd be 23.
Okay, I'm just gonna try and remember how the math went and put him about there. That seems good. Still within a killing blow for A.
Yeah.
All right.
So we have advantage on all attack rolls and advantage on all saving throws until the end of my next turn.
All right. Garen the werewolf did not, in fact, go down. So he is still there and kind of panicking as he's being swatted at, non-lethally, of course. And that does bring us to Nell. So the party, you now have advantage on attack rolls. Canceled out the sunspot.
And saving throws.
And saving throws. Nice. But Nell, you have no sunspot, so...
And no fucking clue what to do.
Actually, that does remind me.
Uh-oh.
So this might change your turn. From the trees nearby, slinks the stranger.
It does actually change my turn. You're right.
Yep. Had a feeling that might be the case.
All right. Well.
And
Okay. Is it doing anything? Or can I
yes,
take-
there's going to be
Okay.
a legendary action.
Of course.
Oh dear. Okay. Unfortunately, it has seen Azaria up on the ridge, and it's going to cast Phantasmal Killer at Azaria. So
Fuck is that?
I don't
you
even know
got
what these spells
a
are.
lot of you begin to hear Azaria just screaming up on the ridge.
Great.
Anthony, can you make a wisdom saving throw for Azaria?
Looks like they're still they're in my aura. It looks like so.
Yep.
Yeah, they are.
With advantage.
Advantage.
Yeah, with
Oh,
advantage.
okay. First one's a 12. Plus 5, so 15 for the first one. And a 26 on the second.
The 26 succeeds. Oh.
Let's go.
I guess nothing happens in that instance. You hear Azaria kind of begin to panic and scream, and then just silence as, though most of you probably won't be able to see them, up on the ridge. They're just balancing out their own, will, and they're just focusing it. All right. The stranger is now there. And now it is your turn.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. I'm just. God, I have to pee. So I've been peeing every 10 minutes in my brain. So stressful. Okay.
If you want
Just
to wait until Azaria goes, they can give you the help action,
Well, I don't need it because we already have advantage this turn.
but then you can crit on an 18, 19, or 20
Oh. When's their turn? Is it next?
right after yours.
I'm just so afraid that it's going to leave. It's the only issue.
Well, if you're in its space, it can't.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Yeah. Good. So fucking smart. Thank you. Okay.
It does mean, however, that you would only get one attack.
One. Yeah. Oh, that's
Well,
the
you hold
issue.
your action.
To make one attack.
No, it's still 2 attacks.
No, the attack action becomes multiple attacks when you level up.
because you get
is
extra attack.
Is the wording of the ability.
Yeah. Holding your action is whatever your action is. It's not holding an attack. That's an opportunity attack. It's one attack.
But movement isn't typically normally an action either, but you could move as a...
No, she's not holding her movement.
No, the wording on extra attack is that the attack action becomes an extra attack, like you get to. If I remember correctly.
But it's not the wording of extra attack we need to be looking at. It's the wording of the ready to action.
If it says the attack action, then yeah.
Sorry, one moment as I do a quick scan.
Also, if I shoot the stranger, their intelligence drops to 0. I'm just saying, Danny. Says that on page 80 of the player's book.
I'm literally shaking. I'm so
I know, it's such a
Yeah, just as you choose the action you will take in response to a trigger.
yeah, so that you will choose.
An attack is an action.
It is game action, however, that can also include things like I'll allow.
Good, because that's the rules.
wow, so generous.
Not when I am DM, sir. However, I will be graceful. All right.
Okay. When it's been leaving, it's just like moving away, right? It hasn't been like teleporting itself.
No,
it
it's been
looks like, or-
teleporting.
Teleporting?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's triggering the flash, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's basically flash and gone.
And just because, so would that be something if it teleports, Sentinel wouldn't work against, or?
Correct.
Okay. Great. I am going to move over to it. And then I am going to remove the quicken spell token from the bracelet, which means that like next turn I can cast something, right?
Sorry, the which?
The quicken spell. You have it here that my right, and that's the next spell you cast to be a bonus action, as you will need to pull this charm off as a bonus action. So it's like next turn I could cast a spell as a bonus action, right?
If you wait to cast the spell next turn.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's really confusing. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. All right, then instead I'm going to cast Divine Favor. Yeah, have that up. And then I'm gonna wait to swing.
And you had something cast before the fight began because of Drax critical 20 shattering the statuette. Was that not Divine Favor, or was that your Channel Divinity?
Channel Divinity.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. And yeah, I will wait for Azaria to give me the go ahead.
Okay. Ooh. After Nell is Azaria, so.
Wonderful. Azaria will give Nell the help action to strike the stranger, and then that's bonus action, and then main action will fire their crossbow.
I would also like to add, it is only one attack for the readied action. The extra attack wording is you can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn.
Okay, so then
Ready
if that's the
actions
case,
happen on other people's turns.
if that's the case, I'd rather than try and hit twice, I think.
All right, go for it.
Okay. Oh, I'm so scared. I haven't like really rolled anything yet. This is so fucking stressful. God, Jesus Christ. This is fucked, Denny, and it's coming right from you. I bet you anything. That is 2 nat 1s.
Oh, I was going to hope you
That
were going to
is-
say 20s.
I wish. I am going to use Tides of Chaos to reroll one.
Understandable.
Jesus, what the actual fuck? Don't you? You're in jail already. You haven't rolled anything yet today, and you're in jail. Okay. Please, God. Okay, that's better. What the fuck do I add into it? That's a lot. That's 23 plus something else, but that hits, I think, already.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Okay. Oh my God. I'm so scared. Okay.
We can do this.
Is he looking like fucked up at all, or?
You haven't told me your damage yet.
No, I know.
He looks like a shadow.
Great. I'm gonna do, and he's a fiend? He's something, right?
You're not entirely sure
Oh,
with
funny.
this. Is this piece of him fiend? Is it only the source that is fiend?
Well, I'll know when I hit, because if he is, I'm going to do a smite, and if he is, he gets extra radiant damage.
He does!
Great. Fantastic. Happy to roll some d8s. Okay, focus. 88. And I'm rolling 5 d8s. Oh my god. Okay. Me too. Uh, 24 radiant damage.
Aight.
12 lightning damage.
Interesting.
I think that's it for that one.
So, as you slice into it, as that line, like, cuts across it and, like, leaves a line of light, that, similar to Gideon's shots earlier, it kind of, like, does tiny explosions that just, like, go one after the other down the line. The lightning, however, doesn't seem to really manifest in it as much.
That sucks ass. I hate that. I didn't really roll well for my elemental damage, so I'm kind of annoyed by that, but... Okay, I will try and hit again.
Hmm?
I'm terrified. Advantage again. Alright. Still because of the Abe's thing.
Yep.
Please crit. Oh, I thought that was another one. I was a bunch of shit. Okay. 18 before I add anything at all.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okay. How's he looking? He's looking bad, or?
He's looking like a shadow still.
Great. Okay. I'm just gonna do it again. I think I have to. I simply must. Yeah, I'm gonna second level smite him again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 10 lightning. Stupid. And then... Oh wait, not 10. Sorry, one sec. Yep, 10. Just kidding. 22 radiant.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's not really giving you anything to read off of, but like the effects of the attacks seem to suggest that the radiant damage is good.
Okay. That's my turn.
All right, at the end of its turn, it like
Oh, I look
Nice.
down.
in a split second
so
moment
smart.
as you look down, it reaches out and grabs your head.
Oh, sick.
You're less smart.
And it gives me a little forehead kiss, and then it leaves. Great.
You're gonna be thinking
That's what
about
you're
me in
gonna
your
say, right?
nightmares tonight. That's what it does. No.
Has Feeble Mind as a cantrip?
Sweet Jesus. That's going to be a 19 to hit.
Yeah.
All right. You're going to take 17 points of necrotic damage. Oh, no, sorry, 24 points of necrotic damage.
Is this a spell?
No, it is a melee attack.
Yeah, okay.
Gross.
How much, sorry?
24 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll... Well, I guess this doesn't really matter because I'm like... The chat can't see the dang thing. All right, so I might as well just roll this physically. Your strength score is reduced by 4.
What the
As energy is
dude.
drained out of you, and it just like seems to be like pulling your life essence into the entirety of this shadow.
Bad.
That's fun.
That will bring us to Azar.
What does that do? So
Okay.
then,
It'll make your attacks less accurate and less modifier added to the damage.
how do I change that? Is there a way that fucking all my shit?
You should be able to like click on one of the because you're using D&D Beyond still, right?
Yeah.
I believe if you click on one of your ability scores, you can like change, customize it or whatever without applying the full, without changing the stat itself.
Okay. So it's like it's at 17. That's going down by 4. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's going to go to 13.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
All right. Well, while she does that,
Yeah.
Azaria will give the bonus action help to Gideon and just point out the remnant spots of light on the shadowy body, and then we'll take 2 shots with the storm bow.
All right.
And these shots will be radiant as they switch the energy type. Okay, storm bow. 26 to hit.
Yep.
13 radiant damage.
13.
And because they gave the help action, they also get something else, right?
I believe so. I think they get to add their intelligence mod to the attack as well.
That's what the ally gets to do.
Oh,
2d6 damage.
2d6. Nice. Sorry, it was 13 damage.
13 radiant. An additional 9 described damage.
All right,
I'm
it's the same
assuming
type
it's
then.
also radiant. Okay. And then another stormbow attack. Way worse. Only a 15 to hit.
The 15 does
Oh,
not.
wait.
Ooh.
Azaria has advantage, right?
Yes.
Because of the banner? Okay.
So you can roll for that
So-
first one again. Too. Well, I guess you could treat both of those rolls as the
Yeah.
first attack.
I'll just say that was the first roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Natural 1. And
Natural 20? Karmic dice?
26 again for 9 radiant.
Nice. All right.
Yep. That's it. And they will kind of stay put on the ridge, I guess.
Who did they cast help on?
Gideon.
Okay.
All right. Garen the werewolf. I'm just gonna roll a d6 here. It continues attacking Gideon.
Garen's knocked out, isn't it?
No, because
No.
Abe had
Oh, he's not on the
disadvantage on
map
those
anymore.
attacks. Oh no, he's the werewolf's there.
He is on my
Oh.
map. Maybe
I gotta refresh.
refresh the page, yeah.
Hi. That first one is not going to hit with, I believe it's like a 10.
10 will not hit if you're attacking
Yeah.
me.
Oh, it's even less than 10. All right. Then it goes to the claw attack with an 18.
Yep.
And that's going to be 8 points of piercing damage. Slashing damage,
Very-
sorry.
8. Very good.
He's going to attempt to run this way. And so any of you who want to make attacks of opportunity, you may. Elowyn, as it run past you, you see its nostrils flare and doesn't give you attention at all. As if it knows you.
Yeah, I'll do an opportunity poke.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
It's a 15. Roll
That'll
a
hit.
4.
That's a 12.
That'll also hit.
Going for the subdue.
Yeah,
Yep,
Gideon's gonna
non-lethals. Yep.
whack him with the butt of his gun. Just
16 damage.
9. Yeah, Gideon will go
As-
to like stabbing him.
As it attempts to flee being surrounded, it tries to take cover behind Elowyn, and he falls to the ground, and the fur just sheds like a second skin, and he lays on the ground, once again faceless in Goliath form. Right, that brings us to Elowyn.
Okay. I think I'm gonna move up to here. And I'm gonna cast Wall of Fire in a straight line, headed into this forest where the stranger is. I believe that won't hit Nell. It's just 1 foot long.
Yeah, and it comes
Why?
out one side of the wall, so you could just make that the side that's not Nell's side.
Perfect. Yeah. So I'll throw up a big old wall of fire, kind of running into the woods here to hit this strange.
Okay, I think we have...
Oh, we might. I was just gonna draw a thing. Look at that.
Burn it down.
Burn it all down.
Sorry.
That's all good. I'm assuming, yeah, you're gonna have it run like 60 feet this way?
Yeah, kind of as far into the woods, I guess, as it can from like where I am. So there's room that I can still get down, but moving into the forest, separating it and Nell.
Just gonna stretch that fire.
Yeah.
All right, so what does it have to do?
The dex save.
Dex. Yeah, no, that's a 14.
Okay, it'll now. That's 24 fire damage.
As the wall springs up, and Nell, you're cut off from its grasp, and the hands kind of sizzle and retract, but not fast. They just slink back into the wall of fire. And you can see the shape of it in the flames, just darkness amidst the roaring fire. Elowyn, it slowly changes its positioning to turn toward you. It doesn't seem that effective.
I actually think it does. My cloak glows bright red. Things that are resistant to fire damage are not when I cast them.
Hell yeah! I'm so glad I was like, I'm pretty sure this is the case, so I'm just going to prompt her to say it.
Yeah.
So, sorry, it was 24. Perfect.
24.
It takes the full 24 fire damage, and some of that shadow seems to begin to dissolve, to evaporate. Like there are spaces opening up in the shadow, and the eye seems to be panicking a little bit and looking in different directions. Anything more in your turn?
God. Everything sucks. I'm gonna give... Who looks bad from our team, other than Drac? Drac's not range in general, I guess.
I think Gideon's probably taken quite a few hits.
I've
I'll
taken
give
the
Gid.
hits.
I'll give Gid.
Yeah, I'm at
Temp
84.
HP. Cool. There you go. Takes 4 temp HP.
Appreciate it.
All right, and that's it for your turn.
Yeah.
Gideon, you're up.
Gideon runs up to Drac and like tries to get his attention. He's like, Drac, hey! And then he like kind of like pats the side of his head and like is, come on now. And Drac, I assume, is just a
Drac reacts to
vacuum.
you coming to him and is like trying to like communicate but can't.
Yeah.
But he just kind of like points around and like points at the shadow fire.
Oh no. Gideon basically like gestures for you to like sit down. And he takes the bracelet off of his wrist and he puts it in your hands and he says, wait here. And he puts his hand in front of your face. And he grabs his rifle again and charges towards Elowyn to line up a shot on this thing. Because I don't think he can see through the wall of fire. Unless
No.
I can. So, it's alright. I got 40 speed, baby. I'm fast. And
Fastest
I
fuck,
will
boy.
Fast as fuck, boy. And I will interpose myself as I do. And we're getting three shots. But I got the help action from Azaria, so I have advantage on the first one. So I will spend my last grit point to make this a violent shot because I'm fucking mad. And I'm going to sharp shot it.
Yeah, you roll an 18, 19, or 20, you crit.
Okay. Please. That's a 17. Well, it's 28, so 23 to hit.
That will.
Cool. Let me just roll an extra 2d8. 3. So that's going to be 27 damage on the first shot there. I will shoot again.
Wait, 27?
27.
How do you want to do this?
Oh my god.
After checking with Drac and getting him situated, Gideon's fucking furious. And he charges up, blocks Elowyn, and with a look of sheer defiance, that he will not let this thing ruin anybody else's life. He will not let it fish through people's brains. He knows what it's like. He's been a victim of that. And he will line up a perfect shot, center of the eyeball, and he will scream very loudly as the power from his soul scar will be channeled into his rifle, and it will just blast this thing apart with a loud and vibrant, like.
As this,
and Gideon will continue shooting as it's gone. He will empty his clip as he is screaming.
As you continue to fire and just continue to fire, amidst the flames, there's just smoke and the scent of the burning foliage, and you hear screams in the trees as the faces too seem to react to the flames. And there's just this howl that rips through the forest, and trees are practically being knocked over sideways with the force of this wind that is coming at the direction of Gideon and Elowyn. And as you're screaming into the wind and firing, it's like the forest is enveloped in flame, in shadow, in a cyclone. And the lot of you kind of get sucked up into it and spiral into falling into darkness. And the next thing the lot of you know, slowly, one by one, you wake up on the field where you had performed this feat. And you all kind of look around and take a gauge of yourselves. And Garen has somehow also joined the lot of you over here and is still on the ground, unconscious. And that is where we're going to take a break.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Well, none of us died. So unfortunate that the only person who can revive Drac is Drac.
Well, we'll come back and I'm sure we'll discuss that after the break. So, catch a breather and we'll see y'all in a little bit. Hello again, everybody, and welcome back from the break. Anthony, you fucking smile. Oh my god. I'm gonna try this pop out again and see if my Roll20's now behaving. It's not. What the heck? It's so weird. Alright, well, I guess that stays away for now. Whew. So, where we just left off, you all defeated a fraction of the stranger. The shadow being banished, and the statuette remains in shards as the lot of you begin regaining consciousness in the field where you performed the remove curse spells. Garen, however, remains unconscious on the ground.
I guess I'll run over and just like do some like lay on hands on him.
All right. So you perform the lay on hands, and your hands glow with that similar light reminiscent with your energy. Your arms are sore. Your strength remains where it had been. And as you perform the lay on hands, Garen's eyes snap open, pupilless, and his mouth begins to move. But the words aren't lining up with the way his mouth moves. And you hear in your head, his third name, Sue, a foul emperor.
Stop. I'm leaving.
And then
Bye.
he closes his eyes.
Wait, what did you say?
Sue,
Third?
his third name, a foul emperor.
What the fuck?
What's happening?
Okay. And then
And
his
then-
eyes go normal, or
And then after that, his he kind of lurched a bit and then falls back more relaxed and wakes up a second time, his eyes having returned to their previous original state. And he looks up at you, just kind of quickly breathing, and is feeling around on his chest for wounds. And he is a bit tender. And thanks. Thank you so much. And he sits up and he hugs you.
oh,
And he starts sobbing.
oh god. I'll
At
just,
this point, there's the rest of the caravan you had been traveling with seemed to try to make a runoff, and then realized, where did Garen go? And so they've maintained a distance and are now slowly coming back. But you guys have a moment to yourselves before they get there.
I'll just comfort him. But I'm looking around at the rest of the group to see if how everyone else is doing.
Gideon is with Drac right now.
Oh. I think Elowyn takes steps towards Drac, but is so afraid to go up there.
Drac has Gideon's bracelet in his hand still, and just kind of opens up and looks at it, and then ties it on Gideon's wrist.
You may have a point of inspiration. Gideon, you too.
Thanks, man. Gideon, looks to Drac and puts his arm on his shoulder and kind of looks around and says, "Drac's not doing well."
What
He's
happened?
Gideon's fighting back to her. He says, "I don't know, but he's not He's unresponsive. Something's not right. He
Right.
can't speak.
Do I have
Untangle
any idea
myself
That could
from.
be if I go over to him.
Sorry, Elowyn?
If I go over to Drac, do I have any idea what this is?
Make an
Do I know
Arcana
the
check.
spell? It's 13. And with
This
how I've
is
been rolling.
this isn't something you've looked into yet.
Jack just smiles at Elowyn as she approaches as well.
Oh, do that.
I'm gonna disentangle myself from Garen and like run over to Drac. Drac, what is going on?
I don't know what this is.
Is it? It's. I mean, it was the stranger. If I remove the curse, maybe is it something like that?
Stranger got a hold of him during the fight.
Okay, so maybe that would get rid of whatever this is.
I don't know.
I try it. Anyways, I'll try to remove curse.
You perform a remove curse on Drac. And you prompt him to speak. He still can't.
It wasn't the same feeling as like when we tried to remove curse on Garen and it was a stranger curse.
Yeah, you don't reckon he's been cursed by the stranger, thankfully, but it did something
I
to
mean,
him.
Does Rhea know anything
I have
about
unfortunately
this?
already rolled for Rhea, and they rolled a 4. But that doesn't seem fair. I'm going to let Drac do it.
Arcana, you said?
Yes, sir.
It's empty. What is that?
24.
That's
Okay.
more in character. Yeah. Azaria is able to tell you that this is high-powered magic. Like, this is powerful stuff. Like, Drac's mind has essentially been reduced to a base animalistic state. Like, sapped of intelligence and of personality, though he'll be able to recognize you guys, but more like in the same way that a pet recognizes owners. Like, he is without a lot of mental faculties now. With the 24, though, there are ways to fix him, but... And Azaria looks at Drac. He would likely be the one to be able to do that.
Oh, perfect. That's just fucking great. Good thing that we're in the middle of a metropolis full of fucking clerics. Oh, wait.
We still have a way of
could get
contacting
back to
Charity.
Grolbar.
Yeah,
We could get
if-
back there.
or Charity could come here. She could bring someone, maybe.
Charity knows this location, but she does know where we teleported to previously. Worth asking, though.
Yeah.
Drac's just kind of looking around at you all expectantly.
I think Baru was out because I wrote on him over, but he didn't come through. I'm gonna maybe like kind of have Baru go over to Drac, just kind of like be like gentle and like reassuring and like a nice sensory kind of experience. Yeah,
What do those beads of yours do?
nothing that will help this. That's damn sure. It's just basic healing stuff right now is all I can really manage. I'm not someone I think that can fix this.
At about this time, the caravan has pretty much rejoined on your position, and Erdir, the red-haired, long red-haired elf, calls out, "What happened? Did it work?"
It did. As far as I can tell, Garen, you don't feel it anymore, do you?
And still, just like tears in his eyes, like wordlessly, just shakes his head.
So we were successful in that regard, but came at a cost. So
well, what happened?
I'll let Rhea explain it because I don't understand it.
Rhea explains it because Nell doesn't understand it. I'm sorry. I don't think we have anybody back at the village that would be able to do anything of use. But we owe you so much. And he goes over to Garen and just takes him around the shoulder, and Garen just like basically smothers the guy in his arms and just kind of sobs. We can take you home. You know, perhaps there might be a way we could repay. I know you'd said you were heading south, but if your plans have changed and you're willing to come back to the village, we might be able to do something for you. Unfortunately, we won't be able to fix your friend, but we can maybe give you something that can help in your travels.
Sure.
We have to go back to where Charity dropped us off in the hope she can meet us there, right?
We haven't even contacted her yet.
Well,
But best hope is saving Drac, I suppose.
we have the means to, though, yes?
Yeah.
Don't have that prepared today, but yes.
We have the stones, right?
Oh, we have a sending stone, yeah.
Well, the stones go to the
learned.
learned.
How many charges do they have?
3 per day.
Yeah, 3. So it's 6 messages total.
Yeah, 3 out, 3 in.
Yeah.
Does it have to be attuned to?
They link to specific sending stones.
So, well, I mean, I guess we're traveling
Azaria
for a
has
day.
the one right now, so.
We could always send a message, have the person on the other end find Charity, impart that it is an emergency,
Mm-hmm.
and then send her a few messages.
Yeah. Or we
Or-
could have, ask them to get Charity, and then she can send to us. Because she has that spell.
We know it's a day back to the village anyway, so we can always prepare tomorrow. I don't really see another option.
We're gonna need Drac.
Yeah, why don't we do that? Let's message the learned.
All right, who's making the call?
I can do it.
Right.
Do I know who specifically it's going through to?
I think Altea's been kind of the one to keep track of it recently, so.
Okay. Just say, we need a message to be passed along to Charity. It's of utmost importance. Tell her the Seekers need her. If she can message us or get her on this stone, please.
And shortly afterwards, you hear a reply. She is quite a busy individual herself, but I'll see what I can do.
Great.
All right. And I suppose a lot of you, it's still pretty early morning. Begin making your way back to Nara Village.
I guess so, yeah.
The walk is somber and heavy, bittersweet in its victory. But you did survive, which shouldn't be looked over. However, you have learned that there are some pretty dangerous magics. And it might have been some of the unanticipated stresses and anxieties of actually being there in that situation. But it just felt like there were a few unfortunate paths of possibility that happened. It could have been better, but it could have been much worse. So with any consolation, hopefully those of you are able to find hope in that. For now, you're all alive. And as the day travels on, so do you all travel back to Nara Village. The sun has set by this point, and darkness is once again in the region. But you've returned to Nara Village, and they once again allow you to stay in the Rune Care House. A lot of you already know your situation, so you set up and you help Drac into his own cozy space. Are there any conversations that want to be had?
I will be taking care of Drac, sort of like Gideon's mentioned his grandparents, but they lived pretty long, so he probably saw it was like where his family had to take care of them for a bit when he was younger, so he's basically just taken up that role.
Drac keeps trying to poke his spiky bracers and keeps hurting his finger on them and then doing it again.
Gideon eventually takes them away from you and he goes, No, don't do that.
You see him like focusing as well a lot on the ring that Boz gave him, which he is still wearing, though he's not attuned to it. He just keeps looking down at it and spinning it around his finger. Just doesn't really pay much attention to anything else. But always smiles at you whenever you talk at him. Though he has no idea what you're saying.
Gideon will ensure that you are fed and clean.
I think after we've settled in and it's getting closer to potentially going to sleep, I'll go over and just sit next to Elowyn wherever she is.
Yeah, I think Elowyn's gone and hid herself. I don't know. I don't want to go too far away, I suppose, but maybe just outside behind the house. She's just by herself.
So if I'm able to find you, I'll sit, but I won't say anything.
Yeah, and I think we'll just sit in silence for a while, and eventually Ellen will just be like,
I should have known better. I should have known better than to bring any of you to that.
Stop it.
I
Elowyn.
knew how dangerous this was.
And you think that we didn't?
I don't think you did. You don't know that creature like I do. I should have known. For
Elowyn.
what? For some child we don't know.
Stop. You don't get to choose the choices that we make. We all, despite what you think, knew what we were getting into. You're part of this group. And this is what we do. Okay? We wouldn't leave you to fight that by yourself. And what you did for Garen, that matters. It means something. So don't discredit yourself, okay?
Just really hope Charity knows somebody.
Me too. And if not, we'll figure something out. It's what we do.
Mhm.
Are you okay?
Oh, this was foolish. Bad idea.
I don't think so. We would have ended up here one way or the other.
But perhaps after we had saved the world. Later.
I don't
There's so
think
much more to
that
do.
they're.
And so much that Drac can do.
I don't think they're separate things. I think it's connected. So I don't know if there would have been an after we saved the world. I think it all would have been part of it. And maybe we've given ourselves an advantage because maybe the stranger's weaker now. I want you to think about yourself 300 years ago. You just destroyed part of this monster. You've been trying to make any sort of movement on that for so long. And we did. That's important.
Yes, it is just hard to see.
I know. Just, I don't want you to just be blaming yourself for this. I don't know, just, we knew the risk, okay? And we're gonna figure it out.
Perhaps we'll see. We'll see how things go.
Yeah.
As the two of you take your time outside and enjoy the moment of at least stillness, Abe, what are you up to?
I would probably be coordinating with the townspeople to see if they have horses or some sort of travel animal.
So you speak with Erdir, the pseudo leader of this village, the gentleman that was with you guys when you were traveling, and he says, "Well, it's kind of what I wanted to address. I think we might be able to help you in that regard. If you want to come with me, I can show you what I mean."
Yep, I'll go with him.
And he leads you out into the woods. Into the like the glass-barked trees. But once you're past the tree line, the trees are normal after that point. It's just that front line that have this reflective sheen on the eastern side of that forest. And after a few minutes of walking, you come to a clearing and it's just bathed in moonlight. And you hear light chirps out in the field. Though you don't see anything right away. And then you hear the flapping of wings as from the sky, like above you, just this loud beat, vroom, vroom, as this large shape comes landing down in front of you. And Erdir reaches a hand out for a griffin that leans its head forward and allows itself to be pet.
I will pet the griffin.
Oh, good. You know the respect. They're quite friendly, especially if you can raise them when they're young. We never intended on domesticating them for riding purposes. More, it ended up kind of more like a partnership. We found a few young whose parent had been slain or left in the wilds from hunting, or who knows. But in any case, we took the young in, and we have a small flock. They're at least accustomed to humanoid presence, so I can't guarantee that they'll agree with you the whole time, but if you feel you're capable with animal skill, they might allow you to take them for your journey.
Are you sure you're willing to part with these creatures?
They're not ours. They live here. They've just been kind enough to consider us their neighbors.
I'll let my friends know about this. See what we decide to do. Thank you for showing this to me.
Of course. We can't thank you enough for what you did for Garen. He has an opportunity.
It's what makes us the Seekers of Sicromund.
I will remember that. We'll be sure to tell the story to the kids. Are you able to make your way back? I think
Yes.
I'm gonna
Thank you.
remain here for a while.
Abe will make his way back.
And you see, as you kind of like look over your shoulder back at him, he's continuing to pet the griffin, and he has a satchel on his side and pulls out a rabbit and chucks it in the air, and it like looks up and just hop. And you make your way back into Nara village. Gideon and Drac, I assume the two of you are still inside. You're attending to him.
Yeah, I'll be taking care of him. And at one point when we're kind of just chilling, Gideon will just kind of pull out his flute and start playing for him. And just trying to keep him entertained and calm.
Do you say anything to him?
I think Gideon will like talk to himself a bit, but like in presence of Drac, sort of just like, I'm gonna figure this out. And don't worry, I'm not gonna tell anybody about, the embarrassing stuff you do during this process of being under this spell's effects, alright? That's between us. That's what this means. Points to his bracelet. Gideon lets him hold the bracelet. Don't eat it. Now, Gideon will pick up the flute again and start playing it again. He'll make some fun illusory displays with it, and yeah. I think that's all. Sort of stuff in that sort of vein. Just a lot of reassurance to not just Drac but himself. And then he'll say, just to to close it out. Seeing as you're in this state, I'll take care of the having hope thing for now. Rest easy, okay? try and figure this out. And that'll be it.
Gideon, you're a very caring individual. What would you do to fix Drac?
Anything.
Anything?
Probably anything.
You get the sense, you know, as in terms of things like this, like Drac typically uses diamonds. So you get a suspicion to, I mean, you don't have any talent at this, but I don't know. The diamonds, maybe there's something in the diamonds. Maybe you don't. Who knows? But you feel compelled to try the diamonds.
Sure, I pick up the diamonds, start inspecting them, I guess. Thinking, pondering. What are you doing, Denny?
As you think and ponder and hold them in your hand, Drac, were you doing anything as he was kind of just going through your stuff and he's got this?
I don't know if Drac realizes that that's his stuff anymore.
Right. Well, he's just
other
going
than
through
what's
this.
on his. Yeah, he's just like looking. It's just like something shiny come out. He's like, oh, just like interested. I think Drac is just like when he sees Gideon like turn his attention away, Drac just kind of sits there and just vibes.
And Gideon, what do you do with the diamond dust? Because I believe it's diamond dust that Greater Restoration at least uses for its components, correct?
I believe so. Gideon like passes it between his hands first and like tries to like massage it in. Tries like focusing his power of his soul scar. Sees if anything like that works. Probably no change. And then he like sprinkles some on Drac's head and it like falls off and he's like, that's not, how the hell do you do this shit, Drac? And then he picks up the diamond dust again and he's like, Vishtak, if you're listening, he like sprinkles some on Drac's head. Can't speak Draconic neither. Shit. He like picks up the diamond dust again and like tries to reach out to Equimbach to give it an honest to God try, while focusing on his like soul scar and whatever the hell it is, whether it be a mark of some ancient thing or just a weird birthmark that for some reason makes me magical. And he clasps his hands together and like closes his eyes and like says a quick something under his breath to try and reach out to something. And he says he does it with like his whole heart, basically. And then he puts both of his hands on the sides of Drac's face. And he lets the energy from his soul scar run through his body into his hands and into the diamond dust. Probably no effect.
It's in this moment of searching for anything that you offer up. You would do anything to fix your friend. And as you put your hands on the sides of his head, you feel a tingling sensation in your chest. And a soft, dancing opalescent light peeks up from your shirt and illuminates the underside of your chin. And it kind of takes you by surprise, but you're scared to look. And then you don't much care about light. Oh. Weird. You try and make a noise, but all that comes out is gibberish. You have some strange texture on your hands. Drac, Gideon's holding your face like a weirdo. You are incredibly confused, and the light has faded from underneath Gideon's shirt. Gideon, you are now feeble-minded. Drac, you are restored.
Gideon, what are you doing?
Gideon,
Why do you have...
his hands are on the side of your face, and they go from being like soft and caressing to like confused and like kind of death grippy, and then like they soften up immediately, and he just kind of sits there and looks very confused.
Gideon? Are
Gideon
you
like looks at
okay?
his hat. He looks like he's searching for something inside of his hat.
There's something in your hat.
Pats it. Goes to like put it on his head, but it like falls off because he doesn't put it on right. Starts looking around the room.
Do I remember the sensation of what happened to me prior to that exact moment where it was my soul was sucked from my body? I don't know what happened. Jack doesn't know what happened to him.
It was like you were just, your mental faculties were assaulted to, like, where you were like, oh, headache, oh, no, okay, numbing, oh, no, okay, this is fine. It was just a gradual decline of sensation.
Mm-hmm. Gideon? Okay, something's wrong. What's the last thing I remember? Like,
You
do
remember-
I have, like, I remember coming back to the village and everything and all that?
Like, vaguely.
Yeah, okay.
Like, almost like it were a dream and only snippets here and there. Your intelligence was 1, so memory's bad.
Put your
But
hand down. Okay. Rhea will know. I'll go find Rhea. I will go find Rhea.
you go out and track down Rhea. And
Do
for
I see anyone else in this house?
I mean,
What the fuck is going
Elowyn
on?
and Nell are not terribly far away. So they might see
Oh.
you as you're like wandering through the village, but it's more like they see you rather than you see them.
Right, okay.
If I see Drac, I'm gonna be like, Drac, and then I'm gonna grab you like, oh, it's okay, come here, we're gonna go back into the house, okay? It's all right.
Okay, that's fine.
What?
What's
What the
happening?
fuck is going on?
What do you mean?
I
What
like
is
that
going
Elowyn
on?
starts crying.
Elowyn, no, it's okay. What's wrong?
What's going on?
What happened?
Drac, what do you remember? What is going? What the fuck?
I don't remember. I don't know what happened with the stranger. Did we defeated it? You're alive. I haven't seen Rhea though, or Abe.
Everyone else is fine. The stranger, we did it, but they did something to you, and then you couldn't talk. It was like you were just. I think Rhea said it was like your mind was just gone. How is this?
Abe, on your return to the village, you hear the frantic conversation and strange panic in some of your companions, and you also hear Drac's voice.
I run over and hear that it's being explained anyway, so I don't need to ask it to be explained.
No, I think you can
hey,
ask too.
there
We're
you
all
are.
confused.
I was just with Gideon, and the first thing I remember, I guess, since I kind of came to, I don't know, he had his hands on my head, and there was some light coming from him, and then the light was gone.
I spin on my heel and I run into the hut.
Okay, I'm gonna go find Rhea. Elowyn, come with
Okay.
me.
Okay.
The two of you go to find Rhea. Nell, you go inside, and Gideon is just...
Gideon is inside. You see he has diamond dust in his hand, and it's like slightly charred. And he's like counting the pieces.
Now, like, kind of runs over and kneels down, just like cups your face. Just like, you sentimental bastard, what the fuck did you do?
Gideon just looks at you, confused, smiles, recognizing you as a friend.
Yeah, so we find Rhea.
Yeah, oh yeah. Rhea.
And I'll be like, Rhea, Elowyn, you probably
I'm trying to explain it as well.
Oh yeah, and to not turn Rhea into a drunk or other bad roleplay, Rhea's like, oh, you're better, and
Yeah.
suggests you all go back to Gideon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll run back.
I assume, Abe, you probably went with Nell, I guess?
I would probably stand outside for like a couple of seconds, just like basically doing a survey, because maybe there's a glowing eye in the forest. I don't know.
That's fair.
Oh,
So
true, so smart.
Valid.
I assume I see nothing, and I'll head into the hut.
That is correct. You do not see anything. But yeah, you find Nell with Gideon. The rest of the party comes in.
I don't know what happened to me. I just remember headache and then vague flashes of images, so based on what Rhea said, I think this is some powerful magic that hit me and somehow also Gideon?
I don't understand how it's like it transferred.
Can I search Gideon's pockets and his person?
Excuse me.
Yeah, sure. What are you looking for?
Don't mind me.
I'm looking for a brand new wooden totem, if there's one.
Yeah, you sift through his belongings. You don't find any statuette of the stranger. He doesn't seem to be cursed in that way. I don't know why I'm sneezing all of a sudden. Ah!
You see, like
Sorry,
just how
it's-
many bullets this man carries on him, though. It's frightening.
You have to dig through bullets to get
Yeah.
to anything else.
Like he walks around, it sounds like he's carrying a lot of gold coins. He's not. It's all bullets.
It's just bullets. Every gold coin he turns into a bullet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seeing like Abe like root around, I'll be like, he has diamond dust in his hand. It must be yours, Drac?
He must have tried to cast a spell to remove it. It's like what I did to him in the fight. He was screaming on the ground, and I took that power away from the stranger for a moment and
Right.
used some of my diamond dust, which looks like he used more of my diamond dust. That's unfortunate, but at least I can speak again. I think I can fix this.
Please try.
Gideon's just playing with the bracelet.
Danny, do I lose attunement to anything during that time?
I'll allow you to maintain your attunement.
Okay. In that case, then, let me check one thing. That's okay. I can't do it today.
But do you need
I need to sleep.
more ability?
I used a lot of my energy to pull the stranger's influence off of Gideon before. I can't do that again today. Tomorrow, for sure.
Have we technically taken a short rest?
You can have, for sure.
Because I think I can. Oh, what? Maybe not actually. Because what level do you need? Shit, never mind. Yeah, I can only give you a 4th back, so oh well.
But this, I think I can fix.
Okay, that's good.
I'm pretty sure. And he'll just look at Rhea for reassurance. Sure.
Rhea's like, I mean, yes, more than likely. We should probably make sure Gideon doesn't go anywhere in the night. So maybe we should put up a watch.
I'll
I can
look over
set
at
up
Abe.
alarms as well, so he won't.
If whatever happened to me, he took, and we can't fix it, that will break me. Hey, I'll just cup Gideon's face in his hands. Why'd you do this?
And how?
How
That's
is
the other
a great
question.
question.
Brilliant bastard. We'll figure this out. I don't know if you can hear me, Gideon, but we're gonna figure this out.
We know about his soul scar and like all of the stuff surrounding it.
The light. It
I
came
believe
from-
so.
I pull open his shirt.
Consent much, but okay.
Is his soul scar still there?
His soul scar is still there. And it looks opalescent as it usually does, but it's not glowing.
Does it usually glow? I don't remember.
No, it doesn't
No.
usually glow. But you saw a glow coming from his shirt.
Very bright. Okay, well, I can't do anything about this until tomorrow, so.
Yeah.
But, so we beat it, though, right?
Gideon did. I mean, we helped, but Gideon really did.
If Gideon has any guns on him right now, I'm taking them from him.
Yeah.
Oh,
let's
yeah.
Put those somewhere.
Oh, yeah, he's got
no.
guns.
Not the toy, not the toy, not the toy.
I think I'll
No, also
mimic.
not the toy. No, also not the toy.
I will offer him a dragon chess piece to occupy his hands instead of the firearms.
Just make sure it's bigger than his mouth.
Yeah, they're all bigger. They can't be swallowed by a human.
I'll mimic what Gideon was doing for Drac, and I'll pull out my violin and start kind of like playing something soothing, hopefully.
Even in this state, Gideon seems to appreciate the music.
And then as I'm playing, I'll look over at Abe. You and I are the best candidates to keep an all-nighter watch on this fool. So
Consider it done.
Fool of a great.
I also spoke to
Air deer.
Abe knows his name.
Air
Air
deer.
Deer.
Dear.
It sounds like there's a sort of semi-domesticated pack of griffins nearby. We might be able to charm our way into having them help us.
Just look at Rhea.
that's the coolest thing I've ever heard in my whole life. And I wish it wasn't marred by
What?
such circumstances. Okay.
I've never seen a griffin before. I've heard they're very majestic, though.
They were. Well, the one I saw was.
It's
But
wonderful.
he was adamant that they may not cooperate all the time.
All right. Well, luckily for us, we have a druid who could just speak to them.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a one-sided conversation when I have it with them, and I'm also not very charismatic, so I would honestly probably trust Abe more. I've seen how you interacted with animals. You have a way.
He does some quick interoception and realizes, yes, he's actually very good at talking with animals.
Probably still not as good as baseline now, but
Looking at your old character sheet, no, you're good, dude. Mine's a 2, so don't worry about that.
oh, is it not charisma?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
It's
sorry,
wisdom.
Heather.
Yeah. not wise in the ways of anything.
In the ways of anything.
What a broad statement.
Episode name. No, I'm just kidding. I know Ryan said he has an idea, so I'm intrigued to hear what that is.
Great. Too bad Ryan can't talk.
Very out of
No,
character.
take his finger guns away.
Oh, they're dangerous weapons.
Chop off his hands.
This
Drac will
escalated
look at
quickly.
Elowyn. Drac will look at Elowyn and say, "So, if we can do this, we can help you as well."
Let's focus on Gideon first.
Okay, but let's have some hope.
Today has been insane, Jack. I'm so sorry about everything.
Elowyn, you have nothing to be sorry for. I chose this. I'm with you to the end and back.
Thank you. Let's sleep. Let's figure this out tomorrow, and then we can see where we can go from there.
Right, Steel Soul. You got it.
I go panic a little. I am feeling better.
Well, brooding corner's over there, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that tonight. Thanks. Go get my cat.
Yeah, you're kitty.
I was sitting in the corner with the cat for a while. Ah!
Oh,
Shove
Viria,
your
I
face
forgot
into
what
it
your
and
name
scream.
was. It's straight into the cat.
Yeah. Buzz
The cat's
therapy.
used to it. This is the only reason it's here.
Yo, bud, this is what my life is. Oh. So, Nell and Abe, the two of you set up your time schedule of making sure that Gideon doesn't walk out. Elowyn, I'm sure at some point you'll set up alarms.
Yeah.
And a lot of you take a long rest. And Gideon, you're just kind of floating in your consciousness. Just, there's a ceiling. You have friends. Is that the word? I don't know, but you like them. They keep touching your face, which, well, I don't know if you like it or not, but
Neither here nor there.
it's something that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're just lying down. You haven't laid on many things, so it's a pretty good baseline. And your eyes are heavy. And at some point, even the lowest intelligence beings require some sleep. And you drift off. And the morning comes around. Gideon did not try to go anywhere unless he decides to counteract what I just said. I'll leave that up to him. Nope,
I
he
have
had no
the best
adventures.
sleep I have had in a decade.
You know what?
Really unbothered by
Probably
any
true.
thoughts at all?
Turning off the brain is helpful every once in a while.
Oh, what a skill to wish for.
Yeah, feeble mind me in my sleep, please. Thank you.
Wow. The sleep and the feeble mind spell. One and the same, except for one's level 1, one's level 8. Did I give away too much information? Maybe. So you all wake up. You all get your long rest. And Gideon's still there. The morning
I'm
is...
still weak as shit.
No. Your strength has returned to its full value.
Oh my god. We're gonna die.
Gideon, however, does seem a little still in his state.
Drac spends his morning just in complete silence, meditating, ensuring that he prepares himself properly for what needs to happen.
All right. Is anybody else doing anything in the morning?
Abe will do his best Gideon impression at cooking Brecco.
Aw.
Let's see it, baby.
But,
Let's see
are
that
you,
cook
uh,
check.
Hey Abe, are you gonna taste while you work?
You can't know what it tastes like if you don't taste it
I
yourself.
will confirm that would be something Gideon would stress, is that you have to know what you're doing. And if you aren't going to eat it, nobody else should.
Says the little Gideon voice in your head.
Little Gideon angel on your shoulder.
Yeah, he slaps it on the side, not on his forehead. Just across his forehead, like a nose.
Over his eye.
Yeah.
Taste what I'm doing, can't see what I'm doing.
He'll make a small comment to himself about how if this is what they all smell like in the morning, I should never do this again. To himself.
How dare you, sir? You leave for 2 months, you come back and be like, by the way, it's Canada, you all stink like shit.
Except for Gid. Well, I guess he smells like shit tonight because he hasn't cleaned himself this morning, but there you go.
Oh my god.
Weird.
And we're also in a cabin in a small village in the middle of nowhere, and we hiked for like 10 hours yesterday, so.
Yeah, that's honestly
Patient,
so fair.
baby. It's a pocket shower.
Any of us have prestidigitation?
Gideon.
Huh.
Why would I when we always have Gideon around?
Yeah.
Should I roll something for this cook check?
Yes.
Check,
Do you have
cook,
proficiency with cook's tools?
Oh, for sure, right?
Excellent. I'm going to have you make an intelligence check. No proficiency.
Intelligence. I'll use inspiration.
Very good.
Bibs
Good
watched
news.
Gideon make breakfast a lot.
That's what the inspiration is for, remember. It's critical cooking checks.
That's
Yeah.
it.
So it's an 18.
Abe has been paying attention. I mean, of course, it's not overnight the student becomes the master. However, when he hasn't eaten in his entire recent awakening consciousness, Abe, what did you make?
What provisions did we have, Gideon?
So we had a lot of the closest to non-perishables you can get. So lots of wheats, so things that would last a bit. And then in terms of the meat, that's mostly been taken care of by this point because meat doesn't last super long like this. So it's a lot of veggies at this point.
But
Veggies and bread.
But you are in a village, and they've been super hospitable to you all. So they
Super hospitality.
now listen here. Don't make me take away breakfast.
Oh, it's okay. You took away my intelligence and charisma. What else can go wrong?
And then suddenly, Abe now feels 1 and 1 charisma and intelligence. Potatoes. Yeah, no. The village is more than likely going to allow you to take any provisions you might need, as long as you don't take all their supplies. But yeah, you've got options.
I mean, I guess it'll be just super simple, like shredded potatoes with a porridge.
I like it. Ooh.
I'm starving.
Honestly, I'm
And-
same, and I'm normally good during these.
He tastes it and is
Gross.
sits there for a second and is like, I literally have nothing to compare this to.
However,
I
the
don't-
Gideon on your shoulder approves.
Is anyone else? Am I awake seeing this?
Oh yeah,
Or do I wake
you
up
only,
to it?
I mean, you only transfer 4 hours.
Yeah. I'll just be journaling and try not to disturb you because I know it's exciting and I don't want to be ah. I'll just throw a ration your way and be compare it to this shit and then try again.
The oatmeal is just on his face. It just didn't, because he only has a little slit for a mouth, right? So he's tried to tip it in with the spoon, but it didn't really work.
Oh my god, are we gonna
So he
have to
takes a
get
bit of
Abe
the
a
ration.
funnel?
Oh my god.
What's in a ration pack? Is it just a
Jerky.
jerky essentially?
Jerky,
Yeah, I imagine it being
trail
jerky
mix.
or a kind of a protein
dried bread.
sludge bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever
Okay.
Gideon buys food, he buys like the jerky rations, but he also buys like a little extra so we can have something good that's not just fucking turkey jerky.
A stale bread that is basically hard as a rock, so it stays good for a long period of time.
Yeah, I think I chuck you the equivalent of like lambas bread. I'm like, try that on for size. It won't wow you.
So, in an act that looks very similar to putting a TTC token in the receptacle, he just like, just full on plops it in his face. You hear a dull thud somewhere in the ether.
Oh my god.
He kind of shrugs and does like well, it's better than that.
Yeah.
And then we'll slop it into a bunch of bowls
Perfect.
and pass it around.
Fantastic. You all wake up to shredded potatoes, which, oh, what a great adjective on that. Just shredded. Oh, and oatmeal. And Drac, are you going to fix Gideon before or after breakfast?
I don't think Drac has breakfast. He literally spends his morning just preparing because he wants to make sure he does this right.
Very good.
So like he'll spend like while people are eating breakfast, he'll be just in his room, just focused.
Yeah, and it's that like shared space. So
Yeah,
you
so
don't have
the room.
Yeah, the room. Gideon, you find your nose wafting to the door.
Wow.
Smells pretty good. It was,
The only thing he can say is the specific Owen Wilson wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Turns out that's the magic word for fireball. Wow.
But yeah, after food is done, Drac will come out. Sorry, I interrupted you, Ryan.
Oh, I'm just being a goober. One intelligence goober.
Elowyn offers if there's anything that she can do to help Drac prepare.
Well, it may be just that Gideon took the spell from me and inflicted it upon himself. But I do just want to make sure that there's no other cursey, creepy things going on, you know? So
That's fair.
if maybe you can detect magic or Rhea can detect magic, just to make sure that there's nothing extra.
I can absolutely detect magic. I mean, the wand. And
Yeah.
Rhea goes into the room and casts to detect magic. And Rhea doesn't detect anything on Gideon because it's not that the spell remains, it's the spell takes place and then leaves him in that state. Like, so it's not like you can dispel feeble mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, Azaria doesn't detect any enchantment, necromantic, or statuette. So it seems Gideon is just afflicted with feeble mind.
All right, good enough for me. Drac will pull the last of the diamond dust that he has, and will hold it in his palms. And you see these little sparks of energy begin to build as the diamond dust begins to basically turn to even finer dust. You know, just kind of like scatter it across like he did in the battle. And just speak a prayer and try to remove this terrible affliction from his friend.
So you perform the spell, and the diamond dust kind of, as you, a pulse of elemental thunder kind of goes through Gideon. Gideon, you kind of, ooh. And you kind of go, oh, ow. You feel better. you're like you're waking up from a hazy dream or whatever, but like you're aware of what's around you. Drax in front of you. It smells like breakfast is on.
I leave the stove on. Elon, somebody check on that, please.
Ellen cries again.
Yeah, Drac hugs Gideon.
I like dog pile in. I'm
What
hugging
did you do?
both of them.
What
did
did
I
you
do?
do?
Do I remember any of it, Denny?
You remember you were sitting with Drac, and you were taking care of him because he was not himself. And you remember you took the diamond dust and you were just kind of trying to see if you could do anything. You even resorted to like trying to reach out to Drax God, to Equin Bach, tried to focus on your soul scar, like you tried a whole bunch of things, and then it just kind of got fuzzy.
I did a whole bunch of things. Hey, you're better. You're better. That's great.
That's because you took it.
I took what?
Whatever happened to me, you took it and put it on yourself.
Oh. I don't know who I have to thank for that. I did.
Yourself.
Now,
You can
Drac,
thank
don't
yourself.
judge me for this, okay? These next words coming out of my mouth, don't judge me for this. But I did try to pray to your God, and then my God, and then the thing on my chest, okay? So, I don't know which one of them we gotta thank, but we gotta thank one of them.
The only thing I have to thank is you. You
You're
stupid
all
fool.
crazy. You're all crazy. I can't believe any of you did this for me. That was stupid and we shouldn't have done it. And I can't thank any of you enough. This was insane. I can't believe we're all okay though.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
okay.
hey, I'm up for round 2 after
No, we're not doing that again. Not for a second. Give me a minute to breathe.
And at the door to the room, you hear a voice. No, she's right. You are all crazy. And you all turn around and see Garen just like kind of leaning on the door frame. Just smile. I'm glad to see you're all better. And he comes into the room and just like arms open, like anybody give me a hug.
Drac's always out for hugs.
And he just picks up Drac. Oh,
And Elowyn comes over to him and kind of just like grabs his hands as well, just like, "You're okay. You're sure you're okay?"
I feel so good.
I can make sure if you want.
I mean, I mean, clarification or any reassurance, absolutely. I feel good, but I mean, I don't know anything. so-
Clarification.
Good
I don't
one,
get
Guy.
it.
I'm gonna, you feeble mind me again.
Drac
And
will
the
cast
party-
detect evil
Yeah,
and
just
good.
and the scene freezes and we fade to black.
I'm so sorry.
So, the detect magic is cast.
Detect evil and good.
Detect evil and good is cast. He is clear. And a brain pops out of his head.
Oh, that'd be unfortunate.
Wrong spell.
Elowyn's just like, you have no idea what this is, what this means.
Not
And
really.
you don't have to, and you don't have to. And she's crying again. You don't
no.
have to know.
And he
You don't.
takes you into a hug.
No.
I wouldn't. I'd be still in a cage heading south if it weren't for you. So thank you so much.
I think it's important you understand how important this was. That creature that cursed you is incredibly powerful, incredibly powerful. I only know a handful of people that have ever been infected by it, and I've never I've never heard of that curse being broken.
Well, consider me lucky, I guess.
Yes. Yes. You've been given. I mean, this is a chance that not many of us have had. I have seen it ruin lives. You have your entire life ahead of you still. Use it. I mean, just appreciate it, because it could have been so different.
Now,
And I'm so happy it isn't. It means the world to me to know that you will have the opportunity that I never did, and I will never have. I know I won't. But you do.
Don't say that. I mean, it sounds like you had some kind of breakthrough. So I mean,
I'm sorry.
you were able to let me have some hope.
Mhm.
You should do that for you too. I mean, you got so many. You are all so cool.
Yeah, they are.
Also, I hope I didn't hurt anybody.
If I remember correctly, you bit me a few times. Hey, this is not contagious. We said it was contagious, right? Now,
Did you
got
say that he bit you?
twice? Yeah, you got me real good, like right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's any consolation, I don't have a taste in my mouth, so you weren't bad.
Glad for that. Hey, we're having steak for
Gideon,
dinner, by
come
the way.
here.
What?
Come here. I specifically prepared the spell.
You're
I don't.
screaming in the background.
What's going on?
I think Jackie's playing Dead by Daylight. Carry on.
Denny, you tell me if I think that this would detect such a thing. Detect poison and disease?
I think that would be appropriate.
Okay, I will cast that on Gideon.
I'm also going to have you make a history check that's unrelated.
Okay.
Well, I mean, is related, but isn't going to affect your casting.
14.
14, okay. At least based on stories and whatnot, and some of the things you kind of picked up during your travels about werewolves, whenever they might have come up, you have heard that, like, werewolves do transfer lycanthropy through the bite, typically. But your detect poison and disease reveals that Gideon is fine. It seems he was able to fend off the transfer of that.
You're good, Gideon.
However,
that's
Abe has a terrible cold, and he's not going to make it.
Achoo.
Sorry, Abe, there's nothing I can do.
Suddenly,
lungs.
Abe stops sneezing and Gideon starts sneezing. Sorry, Gideon, there's nothing we can do.
No.
But yes, Gideon is clear. And Garen rummages in his pocket, and Elowyn, he hands you 5 gold coins.
Oh, that is so unnecessary. So unnecessary, you have no idea.
Please, let me
Please.
do this.
No. I have so much gold.
Well, way to brag.
It's so unnecessary.
All right.
No, that genuinely, just please appreciate. I don't appreciate what you have now. That's all that would mean everything to me.
All right, well, then I'll say this. With the chance I've been given, I will make sure that I achieve the best that I'm capable of with the second chance I've been given.
Not just anyone could have made it through all of that. You are so strong and brave. You are going to do great things.
I will. I promise. I wish you all luck. Thank you again. Do you have any more oatmeal?
Wait,
There's
who made
more
oatmeal?
in the pot, yes.
Awesome.
I didn't make oatmeal. Who made
I hope-
oatmeal?
I want you to taste it and guess.
Cooks are
That's
down
a fun
here. I don't
game.
know what to expect.
I don't know if I should eat this oatmeal anymore.
I'll test
Oh
it.
no, it's
I'll
very
Yeah,
good.
I'll
It's
eat
very
it.
Oh,
good.
okay.
I'll taste it. And he eats it and sits with it for a minute. I think Edmund Zest made this. Who made this?
God damn it, Ryan. Oh. Fucking zest.
Is that really your guess?
No, obviously
Yeah, we
he's
brought
not
him
here.
here.
I don't know. Look, who the hell here could cook this good? All right, I was not in a state to do this.
Who's Abe?
Gideon immediately looks at Abe. What else aren't you telling us, Abe?
I know.
I've been a
see what you
stranger
do.
this whole time.
No, please don't.
Shadow spills out of his eyes and mouth.
Huh? You gonna start shooting guns next, Abe? Huh? I'm kidding.
No, I probably could.
Don't
I mean,
say
if I
that, man.
replace you
Come
as
on now.
cook.
Don't say that, man.
What's next? Really?
No, this is delicious, Abe. Hey, wait. You tried it, didn't you?
I had to, unfortunately.
Yes! Gideon flexes his muscles.
You still have a little bit of oatmeal on your chin.
Oh, do I?
Just
You
a
like-
little bit.
Goes the opposite side, like everybody always does when you tell them they have something somewhere.
How
Other
was
side,
it?
other-
Tasting some honest to God food. How was it?
It was fine.
Oh, come on now.
I mean, I tasted a ration as well, and it was better than that, so that's something, I suppose.
Well, I guess that's good. You got rations to compare it to, and that's like it's as bad as it gets. All right. So long as I'm not like that, I will expand your palate, my friend. You're welcome to a journey. I'm gonna take you on a great journey, my friend. So long as you are willing to take it.
I feel like it might be better to keep our supplies.
Damn the supplies. All right, we can buy some food here, okay?
Well, these people already don't have much.
You bring up a good point.
I've
When we
got
get back
5
to-
gold.
Imagine that Rhea offers whatever Abe wants from the jug.
You know what? I think it's wine today. Rhea starts pouring some
What
wine.
if
Here I
what
did
if
it.
Abe wants a
Drunker.
what if Abe wants a
Did it again.
spoonful of mayo?
It's too late. I fucked up.
Classic.
Sorry, it's 10 a.m.
We have so much else going on right now, Azar. We can't deal with your alcoholism. Okay, can you just save it for a second? Christ.
I'm
I'm so sorry, Logan.
I did it again.
Just Logan, this is what Danny really thinks of you. Just know that.
Just as Sari starts growing grapes in their hair.
Ooh.
That's cool though.
That would
Oh,
be pretty
God.
That'd be
cool.
pretty cool.
Oh gosh, I mean, casting a good berries, just berries pop up in the hair. Oh, anyway,
Oh.
gosh.
Oh.
Oh. So, you all have your breakfast. Garen bids you all farewell, and you truly get the sense that he intends to do great things with his life.
Anything, honestly, with his life is good.
Oh,
A life. An actual life.
and what is the plan? You've
I have an actual question. Sorry. Did I hear what he talked about with the name thing?
no.
Was I close enough to hear that?
It was in Nell's mind.
Oh, okay.
Right. I did forget about that immediately.
How convenient. I don't want the pieces of the name, so I... bleh.
Yeah, no, I mean, Nell
It's for the
knows.
best.
Ignorance
No, it's for the
is
best,
bliss.
actually.
Yeah, I don't think I have mentioned it. There's a lot else going on. Didn't seem
No,
like
it's fair.
appropriate. So.
Every once in a while, you're going to receive a call, and it's going to be like, hello, I just wanted to remind you, the third name is Tsu, the Foul Emperor.
Nope. That I've told you again that you're on my do not call list. So if you could just fuck off, please, thank you. That would be great.
Oh, you'll be hearing from me.
I hope not. Hoi.
All right, Seekers, so do we continue south?
Nell, you receive a voice in your head.
Oh fuck.
Good morning. I was told there was something urgent, an emergency that you required
I'm so sorry.
me to reach out for. I hope everybody's okay.
How do I do this? My brain just turned to spaghetti. Something along the lines. It's like we made it. Like we're at
Nara.
Nara village. Or yeah, we're at Nara. Another stranger curse. Fought it. Beat it. Feeble mind was cast. It's been solved. We're okay for now. Thank you for checking in.
Another one comes through. Well, I'm glad to hear that. That makes sense. I feel like that should be something that Drac would be able to handle, so...
Yes.
It was... Oh, wait, before I respond, out of character, I'm trying to remember now what was that was, like, teaching... Like, did Charity know about Gideon? Like, his, like, soul scar? Was that part of, like, the thing we had of, like, the training that was happening at Balesville?
She did, technically, but whatever happened to the event caused her to kind of forget him, but not entirely.
But she, like, when we went and talked to her the first time, like, that all came out, right? Like, she knows about it.
Yeah, she kind of, like, remembered.
Okay. So I'll respond. It was on Drac. Gideon did something with his soul scar. Potentially took the effect onto himself. Drac was able to then remove it. Weird shit.
You're kind of like waiting for like another sending to come through, but it doesn't. So you don't know what Charity's doing in response to that, but she does not seem to be sending another sending.
Fair enough. That was Charity on the phone.
What's the phone?
I explained a little.
That's good.
But she's not coming.
I don't think so.
She needs to at this point.
Yeah, I told her we're good. So hopefully it's all potatoes. So, that was me thinking in my mind, like, it was saying it was all gravy, and I said potatoes.
I like it. It's canon. A common
Yeah.
farm hall saying.
It's potatoes. Because potatoes are always good. It makes sense, actually. This is
Potatoes are
Never had a
banger.
bad potato.
nah.
I mean, your breakfast was almost all potatoes.
It's
Not
perfect.
bad at it.
Hearty, good for the road.
Never
Speaking
met a
of,
potato I didn't like.
are we hitting the road today, or do we need to
I-
prepare?
No, I don't think we should be wasting any more time. I don't know how much the Griffins will expedite things, but
I mean, we can give it a try, but if it's more hassle than it's worth, it might be just worth it to go on foot.
yeah, I'm just worried about missing the windows. So why don't we can get some advice
Right.
maybe from Erdir and give it our best shot.
He did say they haven't tried to ride them at all.
Okay.
Doesn't exactly inspire confidence, but
Love to be a guinea pig though, so
I'm not sure what that animal is.
What?
a little
You've
rat.
never heard of a guinea pig?
I don't know what that is either.
Okay.
The
It's-
little.
They're very common in the wild air.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
these
Oh.
huge warthogs.
I was going to say, it's like, imagine a capybara, but smaller. Is that
Imagine
helpful?
Imagine a warthog capybara, but bigger.
I don't know
Yeah.
what any of these animals are that you're saying to me, but I can't wait to meet them
Yeah.
and possibly eat them. Are they tasty?
I-
I had a
Pretty
friend
small,
who ate
huh?
one, said it was the worst thing he ever had. But it was also...
Oh.
The preparation also didn't sound very good. Anyway,
Cool. All right.
So go find Erdir and then go from there.
Yeah.
all right. So you track down Erdir, and he's like, all right, so you're going to give this a shot, eh? Well, away we go. Let's see how this goes. And he looks like he's genuinely excited. Like, there's also a hint of like, I hope this goes okay, but he's excited. So he takes a lot of you into the forest and to that same clearing, Abe, where he took you last night. And there are a few griffins in the clearing that seem to be like just kind of like keeping an eye out amongst the grasses and flowers of the field, and then like getting low and crawling forward. And then a griffin will just come out of the sky, just straight up like take a snake or a squirrel or something and just fly off with it, and the griffin will take off and chase it. But they seem pretty playful. It's kind of terrifyingly cute. So Erdir turns to you, the group of you. Okay, so I was mentioning this to Abe last night, and we've not truly domesticated these things. It's more like they have a respect for us as neighbors in a way. But they might allow you to ride them. But they are still technically wild animals, so if
Do
you're
you
not
have any
comfortable,
spare saddles that you could bring just in case?
I don't know if they would allow you to put those on them. So it's going to be a fun time. How confident are you feeling?
Ria?
Ria's drunk, so Ria can't respond.
Abe?
Very unfortunate you got drunk when you're the one who can speak to them.
I'll give it a try. We had a pleasant introduction last night, so
All right. So Erdir puts a couple fingers to his lips and lets out this like high-pitched whistle, and like a few griffins just like shoot up from the surrounding forest and just like converge on the field. And the few that are in the meadow already, like a bunch of them are turning their heads. And a small pack, about 3 of them, come in front of the group of you. And Erdir's like, so if you can convince some of the pack leads, the others might trust you. So, and he ruffles the feathers of like a kind of gold eagle headed, and of course they've all got like lion back ends and these majestic wings. This one here's the pack lead. I have spent many years gaining their trust, and if you can win them over, there's a good chance that you might be able to get a few for all of you to ride on. So I'm going to leave it to you. I've got a rabbit if you need it.
I'm gonna grant Abe luck if you're the one that's gonna talk to people. So you can add a D10 to a D20 roll.
okay. I'll do the same thing I did the night before, where I kind of like, I guess, bow my head a little bit and slowly reach my hand out.
All right. I'm Well, firstly, we're going to have you make an animal handling check.
Okay. Do I have to declare the luck before I roll, or can I roll and then...
It says you can use it within the next 10 minutes to add to any d20 roll they make.
So
Okay.
I guess you can roll and then add it.
Sure. Oh, it's not good. We'll be adding the D10. It's 19.
Yeah, you extend the hand as you had the night before, and this griffin, who had kind of been tracking Erdir, now turns its attention to you as you're the one approaching, and it kind of like gives you a side eye. And it recognizes the movement though, as you've very clearly picked up the correct approach from Erdir, and it like lowers its head a bit, allowing you to touch it.
I'll, I guess ask for the rabbit.
And Erdir was going to toss it and then was like, I better walk this. And just brings it up and hands it to you.
I'll kind of walk to the side of it a little bit and sort of toss it towards the back. Just to like kind of move with it as we're chasing the rabbit, I guess.
Okay. Could I have you make... We'll just make this another animal handling check, this time with advantage.
Oh, great.
Is rabbit.
Ooh, 23.
Oh yeah, so you toss the rabbit and it's like, well, I'm gonna go get that. And so it like moves exactly as you need it to.
Okay. They seem to like to play. I don't know how to play with a griffin.
Drac will pull out the hat of vermin and pull from it a little mouse.
Oh.
This might be an option.
Now, I will remind you, the animal disappears if it takes damage.
It's true. But
But-
if they want to play,
It's the griffin equivalent of a laser sight for cats. I don't know why I said laser sight, not laser pointer.
It's like when a cat has a sniper rifle.
And they really want to make their shot.
Drac
Tabaxi
will
assassin.
hand the wiggling mouse to you.
I am the laser pointer.
Sample my bullets.
I don't know what to do with it. I don't have like a toy to play with it or anything.
Let's see. So the griffin goes and gets the rabbit and just like picks it up, kind of tosses it up and gobbles it down, and turns around and looks at you, and begins to kind of like maintain eye contact with you, and then also circle.
I'll maintain the circle.
Right. So you begin circling with it.
Yeah. I'll try to mirror its movement.
Okay. I'm gonna have you make a performance check.
Oh no.
Let's go, Abe.
Ooh. 7.
Every time I'm like,
It's just straight dice. I have a 0, so.
So you begin circling with it and kind of mirroring the motion, and then like there's a point where you're like, I think I've got this. Yeah. This is so cool. And then it like changes gear and like meets you head on and just like pounces, and you're like, oh, okay, I wasn't ready for that. And you are underfoot at the moment. You're going to receive You're going to receive 11 points of slashing damage as its talons come down on you. It's clearly not intending to, like, attack you. It's just, you weren't ready for this.
Oh, right. I reduce it by 3, so that's nice. God, am I about to try to wrestle a griffin?
I think so.
Look at him.
That
He's
much
a
dominance.
wrestler.
Yeah. I'll try to, like, switch my positioning. Basically, like, push it up and over me and then holding on to it to keep the momentum so that I can be on top of it.
Interesting. All right, I'm gonna have you make an athletics check.
All right. That's a way better plus. 21.
Yeah, you take the pounce in stride, heave this thing up, and even in its bird-like eyes, it's like, whoa! And then you kind of grab hold of it and swing yourself up and onto it, right? That's what you were intending?
Yep.
And it takes the moment after kind of like righting itself and landing from that push upward, kind of being like, what just happened? And then it kind of registers that you're on its back. And then it like walks around a little bit, shakes, and then takes off.
Oh,
You're heading into the area.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you are quickly 20, 50, 80 feet up in the air. And
I
it's...
hope if he falls, it's within 60 feet of me.
Just track him, yes?
and it
Yeah,
begins,
watch it.
it begins circling through the sky. I'm going to need you to make another animal handling check.
Can I cast fly on myself?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I can get up close to him in case he does fall?
Yeah, 5 griffins attack you. No, just kidding.
Please don't.
Look,
Oh,
a tiny snack.
I just want to kind of try to hover underneath it in case
It's
he
just a
falls.
little guy. Yeah, you can
it's a
absolutely.
It's a 10.
Oh, a 10.
A 3 on the dice.
Ooh, all right. So, you're trying to figure out how can you communicate with the griffin to tell it what to do. You kind of like nudge it a bit to try and like suggest it go a certain way, and it kind of like rocks itself, like it looks over its shoulder like, what are you doing, man? Yeah, I'm gonna have you make a an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. Oh dear.
I'm just hovering 60 feet below your griffin.
Okay, 21.
It's like it was trying to like get you like, don't do this. This is my thing. So it's like, if you're gonna bug me, like get off. But you hold on. You maintain your balance on this thing and kind of go with the movements. Do you have any ideas yourself that you'd like to try?
I will. I mean, I want to tucker him out. I want him to, like, I know it sounds dumb, but, like, submit, right?
Right.
So, I guess, I mean, I don't have spurs, but I'll, like, try to, and my legs probably don't even reach its underside, assuming it's a large creature.
Sure is.
I mean, I'll try to do my best job to, like, heel kick it kind of in the, like, the lower abdomen. Just to basically try to get it to go faster and, yeah, tire itself out, essentially.
All right. I'm going to make you make another handling check with advantage.
Okay. It's 16.
You, having been kind of shook and like, you know, it tried to buck you off, it's like, okay, that's a long way down. Don't want to do that. Should I even attempt anything else? Then you come up with this idea. Okay, let's do it. And you kick into it, totally expecting it to just respond as it had before. And it kind of like, you feel it look slightly back over the shoulder and it's like, oh, you want to go? And it kind of folds the wings in a little bit and goes into a dive.
Ah!
Yeah, and you see Elowyn whiz by. And
It's going well, Owen.
Abe, what is your AC?
I don't have my shield equipped, so flat 20.
That's all right. That's fine. So it like then tries to like break itself midair and like send you over it and off. However, you have maintained your grip enough. I don't know why I used AC for this, but that's what happened. And you've kind of like used your heels to like refrain from being bucked off, essentially. And you come back to your seat, and it's still beating, and it's kind of maintaining its spot, and it's looking pretty tired. And it's like, okay, all right, and it just kind of like begins to glide back down to the rest of the group. And once the two of you come back to the ground, it like looks at you like, please get off.
I'll get off.
You get, can I have you make an insight check?
I think it's a 17. It's 17.
You think it's developed a respect for you. It's not like it, it tried it once, it doesn't want to make a habit out of it, but it'd probably do it again. That seems passable.
Griffin has real cat energy.
Yeah.
It's part.
Yeah. I'll return to the group and say, I think it might work once, maybe twice. I don't know if it would go in the direction we want to go in.
I might need lots of snacks for them.
True. I mean, we don't.
Now that it kind of respects us, can Azaria talk to it to tell it what we're trying to do?
Azaria casts guidance on themselves.
See if it's at all interested in helping us out?
Anthony, would you like to roll for Azaria? They're going to need to make, because they are able to actually communicate, this is going to be a persuasion check.
Haha. Flat 0 with
I was gonna say,
D4.
that sounds worse.
12. And then I'll just roll the D4.
Okay.
Another 2 for a 14.
So Azaria approaches cautiously, and the moment the griffin kind of bucks at the approach, Azaria's like, okay, this is close enough, and begins to kind of communicate in whispers and chitters, and the griffin kind of he's listening. And it kind of begins turning around and walking away to a couple of the other griffins nearby, and kind of bumps into them, puts a wing over one, begins to walk it back to you, and it chirps and looks at other griffins and a few more. You've got griffins at your disposal.
Yikes.
At least for now.
Okay.
Might be able to make up the ground we sort of spent helping Garen.
I imagine these beasts won't want to go too far out of their territory.
Anything helps, I think.
Even if they just want to travel for a day, that'll be faster than we could do.
Indeed. Right, well, let's get our stuff together then. I'm going to go hunt some rabbits real quick, because we're going to need them.
Oh yeah.
Air Deer comes up and pats you on the back, Abe. He's like, that was really cool to see. I wish you all so much luck. Like, whatever you're doing, I hope you find it. And you're always welcome in Nara Village.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we'll perhaps have a second judgment when the Griffins return, and maybe we'll see how they like us still. I'm
We'll
sure it'll
treat
be
them
fun.
well.
I know.
Did we ask these guys if they know anything about the lake that we're going to?
I don't believe you did.
No, we had other shit going on.
Yeah.
Well, Rack
Hey,
will ask
also,
about
By the way-
environment that they're heading towards. If there's anything of note to look out for, or best path to travel, even though if we're going by air for a little bit.
Well, we did mention that further south there are some pretty interesting monsters, demons and such. So it is dangerous territory that you're heading toward. I don't know if anybody has actually seen a bog beast at the lake, but I mean, it must have gotten the name somehow. But it was, at least as far as my understanding is, from pre-desolation maps that it was named that, so I think that kind of stuck. Let's see. There are some hilly terrains. I would advise against doing any digging, because I believe that's pretty old burial grounds, especially in the hills there. So, and the odds being you might bump into rangers or DNR affiliated hunters. A bunch of them do come out from time to time to try and fight things, or even the occasional bandits or criminals might try and hide out here. I don't know how well they do, but yeah, I'm sorry, there's not much more I can say.
No, that was a lot of information that I don't think we really had, so...
Well, okay, good. I'm happy to help. And of course, if there's more we can help you with as you prep to take off, please let us know. We can try a saddle, though I'm hesitant.
I think we might be pushing ourselves as is.
Okay.
If some of your hunters are able to help me get some more rabbits for these fine beasts, that would be appreciated.
We can absolutely do that. I'll
All
go
right,
and
I'll lead a
collect a
pack.
band. Yep. All right. So it's about getting to about midday by the point where you guys go out hunting and collect. How many rabbits are you trying to look for?
Oh, as much as I think we would need for these beasts to be sated for about a day.
For about a day. So you probably need like maybe a couple each of them. So
Yeah.
12.
Like it does. Yeah. I'll do a baker's dozen just to be safe.
Nice. And yeah, you could probably go. They'll probably settle on like squirrels and other small rodents, so it doesn't have to
Yeah.
specifically be rabbit. But you collect a baker's dozen, 13 wildlife appropriate for griffins. Any final preparations?
I'll try and impart the direction we want to go to the lead griffin.
Azaria will help you with that, with actual verbal communication. Go ahead and make an animal handling check with advantage.
Oh, 22.
22. So it's kind of as easy as you, like, kind of putting your hand on the neck and walking with it, and Azaria speaking to it, and you kind of face it the direction you're wanting to go, and it looks at you and seems to acknowledge this plan.
I want to try to put my forehead its forehead.
Make an animal handling check with disadvantage.
Oh no.
Oh
9.
no. Okay.
It was a 2.
You begin to lean your head forward, and it just like... You might not be there yet.
One day you'll have
Good
your
try now.
majestic moment, I believe.
Yeah, one day.
Griffin's like, take me
I'll
out
come
to
back
dinner
here.
first. Jeez.
You think you could just touch my forehead with your head?
I gave him a rabbit.
Yeah, and I gave you a ride.
It's pretty
Transaction
intimate.
complete.
Oh. All right. Oh. I forgot to wild surge Nell. You used your chaos flux. Oh, well. All right. Well, anybody want to play a bean before you
You
go?
can do it today, just preferably not when I'm on top of a griffin. Would be ideal.
All right, let's do it.
I'm gonna say, like, while this was happening, I'm like watching Abe, but I'm also like hanging out with Baru because he's feeling like a little jealous. So I'm just gonna be like, it's okay. Like, just because I'm gonna be riding a griffin soon doesn't mean like I don't want to be like hanging out with you. And of course, like you're always like my number one steed. Like, you know.
Baru kind of like gives off this like, yeah, whatever, trying to play it cool and like aloof and stuff, but clearly it's getting to him.
Yeah. He'll have wings maybe one day.
Can I have you roll a D100 for me?
I'd fucking love to.
As
I've forgotten
compromised,
what every
I'll use the safe one.
sick dude. I've forgotten what every dice looks like. So, an 80.
80. Huh. All right.
Griffins will obey your every command.
Whoa.
Wow.
Weirdly specific.
Fascinating. I don't know if you're ever going to know that. Okay.
I feel like there's been so many like that I honestly I'm not sure if there's like some I've missed or not. Like I'm like, all right, I forget.
If anybody
Oh,
has
you
a
don't
mirror,
forget.
you can find out what happened.
Well, I'm shiny.
Somebody look
Yeah.
into Abe.
Anybody?
Nell catches her reflection in Abe.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to look at Abe now?
I mean, if this is the moment he's trying to do his like forehead touch, I'm of course watching like with rapt attention.
Fair enough. Okay. So as you're watching Abe and his shiny chrome exterior that's so reflective you can see back into it.
It's mithril, sir.
Oh, that's true. You can't see shit. No, I'm just
Oh.
kidding. So you see the reflection of the party in Abe's armor, and you could swear that your reflection keeps swapping out with different people who like look confused.
Ooh. I hate that.
I absolutely hate that.
Like different
And-
members of the party or just like random people?
Just random people. For the party, what you see instead of yourselves, if you happen to notice, is each reflection that is you is now Nell.
What the actual fuck? That's
Or
awful.
just a bunch of Nells in the mirror?
No. So like Drac looking at the reflection will see
Yeah.
the party, Nell, and where you were is also Nell. Nell replaces your reflection.
Ah, okay.
And like my reflection is just random people.
And eventually you see
Sorry.
your party members in place of you. It seems to be
Is every
whoever-
person in the world looking in a mirror right now seeing now?
maybe not in the world, but it seems whoever's looking in a
Not
mirror,
great.
maybe within a certain vicinity, sees you instead of them, and you see any one of them who see you right now.
That is
That's sad.
fucking
My God.
scary. I don't like that.
I'm really glad I'm hunting rabbits right now and not having to deal with this.
Yeah, I think this is kind of like a lava door situation where I see that and like I have a sense now when these things are like from the surge, but like with the memory of like the last message from the stranger, I'm just like, ugh. And I just go and like kind of crouch next to Brew, like, no, bad.
All right. Well, now what's the plan?
Fly.
We fly.
The
We
highway.
fly.
No.
Fantastic. Could I have everybody roll an animal handling check?
Hell yeah.
Can I get
Baru.
myself luck?
I'm gonna
Baru.
use inspiration.
Baru
turns
rides
into
his
a
own griffin. Obviously.
All right,
Actually,
this is Zarya's.
Baru starts running and a griffin's on his back.
He's a mobile
God.
takeoff unit.
Yeah.
Best inspiration roll.
All right.
11 for Azaria.
11 is Arya. Okay.
I'm also gonna
13
use
for Gid.
inspiration.
18 for Drac.
19 for Abe.
Oh, thank God for the inspiration. I got a 18 plus 2.
Oh shit, Elowyn.
Oh.
The Griffin
Oh.
Whisperer.
He's been dreaming
Disagree.
about this for 300 years.
Wait,
Right,
for my,
good griffin.
like I can't even get on this thing.
Oh, yeah. No, you need a hand.
But when I'm up there, I'm feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
The
the
nat
griffin.
20 is you convince it to give you a hand up on its back.
It kneels for me.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
the griffin's like, you know what? I don't even feel any weight, so this is great.
Yeah.
So, you all hop aboard your griffins, having gotten yourselves prepped, and prepare for takeoff. And following Abe's lead, atop the leader of this pack, you all take to the sky. However, 10 feet up in the air, Azaria falls off and has to try and remount. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh.
Dang.
Oh.
What a session.
Yikes.
Oh, bye.
Welcome back, Adam.
Bit
We've
of a roller
missed you.
coaster.
Oh, yes. Oh, thank you everybody so much for being here. If you haven't subscribed yet, we would love if you did that. We've recently got a few more subs, which has been nice. Recently did a charity stream over with Laura K483 as my DM. I got to play a Bard Warlock Goliath. It was a lot of fun. We played a Gilded Vault adventure. Vault of the Gilded Keys. I don't remember what the book's called. Oh dear, and I should quickly look up the name of the streamer whom we streamed on, because I'm forgetting their name embarrassingly. Sassy Pants 1996. Perhaps go give them a follow on Twitch as well. Go see that VOD. And to the fantastic cast, is there anything you would like to say before we head on out?
So glad to have my brain.
I'm.
Me too.
Oh.
My head is everywhere.
Thank you so much for
It's-
watching.
Betty bye time.
That does remind me. Now, I know that this was very quick since the last time. However, you completed a very important milestone today. Congratulations on advancing to level 13.
What the
Okay,
fuck?
sure.
Okay.
I'll
We're in
take
the
it.
end game now.
What's hello? Okay.
Huh?
Also,
Fighter?
All right.
Huh?
Gideon,
Uh,
you have a sense in that kind of sleep that you weren't fully cognizant of. Something has told you that once per month, you can essentially try and beseech your deity, as a cleric would at level 10, to try and only cast a spell of 5th level or lower. It might not be interpreted as it normally would be, such as the situation that you just performed. But your soul scar is beginning to manifest.
What the?
That's fucking cool.
That's a magical period. God damn it, Christy. And with that, thank you everybody so much for watching. We'll be back here in 2 weeks' time. And until then, may you stay kind, stay happy, and as always, play nicely. Have a good night, everybody.